Oh, welcome back to Small Talk. It is good to be back. I'm sorry if I blew out your audio, but man, it has been a long 2 weeks for me. And oh my God, just the shit that's been going on in my house. I had to take care of a little infestation, which prevented me from entering this room, but everything is great in here. The next door over, we're slowly working on, and it's getting significantly better. And then, just typical life stuff and the good old and that we need to have those one guys on the Canadian show, man. I mean, jeez, they really hold it down for us when push comes to shove. But guys, it's been so long since I've actually talked to you online. How's it going?
All right, man. Well, I'll keep it short, but on last weekend I went to the Pennsylvania Vintage Star Wars Collecting Club Christmas party, which is like a bonkers Christmas party at a mansion with like 5 different collecting clubs going there, and some of my new pickups are from that, and it was crazy. And maybe if we get bored of news, we'll talk a little bit more about it later. But it was awesome. How about you, Badfish?
And geez, just a whirlwind the last week or so. I was telling the guys, yeah, our daycare is on vacation, so we're like hanging on by a thread, and we're getting ready for Christmas and shit. And we're not. Yeah, I mean, we started looking like, what do we actually have ready? Like our tree is up. We did all that a while ago, but actual like gifts and man, all that's still got to come. Shout out to Sam. Sorry we were late, but always here in the chat. Awesome. And yeah, I apologize for Sean there. But
yeah, but, I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. It's been a while. Okay.
I'm messing. But yeah, it's a good week though. Otherwise, but like we saw Santa. It snowed a lot. We played in the snow. Lots of fun stuff. We did the Santa parade. All that good stuff is going on. So I love Christmas. So
where was the parade?
It's just basically on the main street. There's like a big river where I live, so cool. It kind of circles the river and goes across the bridge. So we met up with some friends and we're doing dinner tomorrow night, and we're like supposed to like bring something. I'm like, when the hell are we gonna make this food? So things are going good, but like are hectic, but it's fun. So. Yeah. How about you?
Dude, you just reminded me. I forgot to take the follow-up picture, because what I did in the Patreon chat was send a picture of because we went to go see Wicked, and then we saw like Santa setting up and everything for photos.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Last year, I just remembered last year, Ashy Larry was Santa. Looked like they got like some random guy off the street. And then dude, it's the same guy. They got the same Ashy Larry guy as Santa, and there's like lines for it. I'm
hilariously awesome.
I guess this is a new thing, but yeah, that's pretty much the highlight of the week. Sorry, I forgot to take pictures of the follow-up, but I'm gonna head back there and take some more pictures of that. And then now my UPS driver pretty much knows me, because he always delivers like Hot Toys, and they have all the descriptions on the box. Like the last time was the Batmobile. It's like, I'm jealous. Can I just come in and go see it? I'm like, it's all in boxes, but you can go check out my basement if you want. They're all in boxes.
If you get a picture with Ashy Larry Santa, that can be our next thumbnail, whether you have time to be on the show or not.
Oh, that's
yeah, definitely. I need to set a reminder to get a photo of Ashy Larry Santa, but yeah. I'll look forward to that.
Yeah.
We got like a kind of, it's the same Santa he had when he was 1. And so like he's been there a few years now. They didn't do it last year, so we had to go to a different mall. But they had the same, he's like kind of older dude. He fits the part luckily, but I feel like we got crap pictures this year. Like they took 7 pictures. We only got 2 that were like half decent. I was kind of like, why don't they just take a few more? But whatever.
You got at least another year of that.
Yeah, it's there will be more pictures, and I'm sure they're fine. So, but Yeah, I love that story, Yukon. It's you do if you get a picture with him, that would be the best
I
thing
need to
ever.
do that. I need to make a point of that.
Oh
I'm gonna
my
look at the
God.
schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my day was loud. I was in the we were in the gym doing the things and all that kind of PE stuff. But damn, man, these kids were on like 11, 12 today, and every single grade level, pre-K through 5th grade, jumping off the walls, pushing, hitting, all this stuff. Like, we're dealing with behavior everywhere. And damn, man, it just became a thing. And then I finally get home, and we were told by our neighborhood Facebook page that Santa's coming tonight, and we got to see him on the fire truck. They drive a fire truck throughout the neighborhood in certain communities throughout the city and stuff like that. And tonight was our night and stuff. So my wife was just doing some stuff. She was vacuuming up here and trying to just like get relaxed and stuff. And the boys had me going outside every like 5 minutes or so. Oh, I think I heard something. And there's nothing there, you know? Finally, I was able to get into the Santa tracker.
Oh,
And
okay. I was gonna say
for-
it kind of sucks. You don't know where he's at.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I got into the Santa tracker for our community, and I was like, okay, boys, the shortcut I take home, they're like, yeah, Santa's over there. We have at least 10 minutes. So at least for 10 minutes, we didn't have to go outside. And then there's a certain 3-way stop that leads to a horse barn that's in our community. And we saw him turn down that hall. I was like, all right, everyone outside, let's go. And we got to see him coming down our street, and there at the very back of it, there's a cul-de-sac, and he turned around, and we got to see him one more time coming up and stuff. So the kids really enjoyed that, and they throw out candy and stuff. So we were able to get candy, and we talked with the neighbor for a minute. And then in also other news of me being busy, I am now my son's basketball coach. So now I have my my PE job, my PE sports team. I run the after school program till 6:00, and now I have my oldest son's basketball team. And we had our first practice yesterday, and it was fun. It was great. It felt great. I love basketball, and I just love doing the whole coaching thing and stuff. But man,
So
I'm telling-
like,
this-
hold up. So like, so do you have to like cut like the worst kids and stuff? Like, how does that work? How do you deal with that in 2024?
So it's through our church that we are
Okay.
just recent parishioners from, right? And basically you sign up within the time frame. Depending on how many kids sign up, that's how many teams there are. And we're like team 2 or 3 out of 3. And they were like, this lady called us and she was like, so we don't have a coach for your team, and if we don't get a coach for your team, then your kids aren't going to play and stuff. And me and
They
my
got
wife
ya.
yeah, they talked over, me and her talked over it, and over like maybe an hour, we were at a brewery having some pizza, and I was like, I need to do it. I have to do it. You know?
Sean, your life is basically like a sitcom, like King of Queens.
It
or
really,
something.
it
We're
really
at the
is.
brewery. Oh man, I might have to coach the kids' basketball team. Oh man.
And guess what?
Hopefully
when we
you
finish
learned a-
each game. Guess where we're
There were
gonna end?
fleas.
At the
We had to
brewery.
get the fleas
Oh my
out of the
God.
thing. Yeah,
I hope you learned
dude.
a
Man.
life lesson at the end of the episode.
Yeah, and then he'll wake
Jeez.
up the next day and he's not the coach anymore for no reason.
Yeah, exactly. Next
Hey.
episode.
They let me go. They said they saw me at the brewery and they didn't like the way it looked for the
Holy
church.
shit.
So I'm
No, they
out.
don't explain it.
Yeah,
It's just over.
you don't even mention it anymore.
Seriously though, you'll remember though, as busy as it is when doing that sort of stuff, you'll like never forget coaching your kid's team. Like,
Oh, and you know what? And that's what I
Yes,
was saying,
no.
because when my youngest started softball, I was an assistant coach for that team, so I got to coach his team a little bit, right? And I haven't been able to do it for my oldest, and now I have that chance, so that'll be nice.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
looking at putting off some of the other stuff that I have. I want to do this.
my kid's already holding the hockey stick, I'll tell you that much.
Oh man, if
Wow.
I could coach hockey, I love hockey so much.
Dude, I gave him hockey sticks like a year ago. So
Wow.
we've been messing around with him for a while. He
I-
even says Gretzky.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Hockey stick in one hand, maple syrup on the other.
I'm telling you, man.
So Canadian.
I'll like deke the puck. I'll like do. So he'll start doing that now when has the ball. He'll just go da. It's not
Have
like
you-
in the same like actual beat. He just goes
He's never heard it.
do.
Have
Like,
you
he's
taken
never
him to
heard
a
the real
game?
thing.
Have you gone to a game?
Oh, not with him. No, not with
No.
him. I mean, we probably should do it. I don't think he'd have the attention span though. That's the thing. He'd be running around. He would last 20 minutes probably. He's only 2 years 4 months.
So we took my oldest when he was 5. He's 7 now, and we took him to his first basketball game for the San Antonio Spurs, and we were like, okay, we'll be here as long as he wants to be here and stuff, and then we'll leave. And I was like, okay, you know, for me, I'm like, I want to see the team exit. I want to see everyone leave the stadium. So we were ready to leave early. By the second quarter, this kid was like, go Spurs, go. And
Wow.
he didn't stop saying it for 3 quarters, right? And the people in front of us, a little bit older couple, not super duper old, but just a little bit older, they just kept looking back at us like, and I'd go, Grayson, say it louder.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I'm like, it's the kid's freaking first basketball game. Like, come on. We're not being obnoxious. He's doing what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, if you're I mean, that's part of the fun of going to a sports game. Man, when especially at an NHL game, man, when a team scores and you're at the home team, it's like how quickly all like 17,
They freak.
18,000 people stand to their feet. It's freaking awesome.
So
You guys have probably bigger stadiums for football, obviously. If someone hits a touchdown,
Oh,
and you're in a stadium with like 50,000 people, it's
I
just
would
unreal.
relate it more to soccer. I think soccer, football, right, gets a little bit more reaction to the goal.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
too,
I
right? Those
think-
big moments, right?
I think unless it is a big moment in football, I mean, I'm not a big football guy myself, but like in the big moments, that's where you get the big reaction. And then when someone makes the first touchdown, everyone's like, yeah. Unless you're the Dallas Cowboys and you make a touchdown and it's like the world's ending because it's never happened before. But he just loved it. He's been hooked ever since. He's, Daddy, I want to play basketball. So we finally got him in. We got really busy last year and he played softball. He played baseball and then we weren't able to get him into basketball in time, but this year we finally did it. So it feels good to coach him and it feels good that he's finally doing it and stuff and he's ready to do it and stuff. But guys, let's talk about figures. That's what we're here for. Let's get into not that. Been a while. There we go. Let's get into some new this week. But first, guys, Tuesday next week, 8:30 Central, we have the CW Figure Awards. And if you haven't done so already, scan that QR code, vote. There are some categories that are extremely close.
Almost all the categories.
Within one
yeah.
vote. That's how close we are with some of these guys.
Yeah.
And I is it Jazz Inc., right? Those
Oh
guys are
shit!
like,
I have the link here as well.
they
I'm gonna
are
put in the
like
chat, but-
they are like gunning for it, you know. So that's good to see someone behind us. Here's the categories: most improved, best overall, best under 35. That would be us. Best 112. That would also be us. Best non-traditional, best third party, best portrait, best 1/6, figure of the year, and the community member of the year.
So it's also in
Last
the
year
chat
it was
there.
our very own Bad Fish, and help me out. Everyone was there. Who was
Mark
it?
Pearson
I see
won the
Mark
Cover
Pearson.
Song.
I saw him in my face.
No, and Fordo. No, it's named after Mark.
It's
Okay.
named after
Fordo.
him. It's Fordo. You're right. You're
Captain
right.
Fordo was the
Yeah.
other winner.
That
But
shows
yeah,
you how
he was kind of
how,
also the third. Mark was also kind of the third because it's named after him. But
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's what it is. I'm sorry. Good
all
old
good.
Marky Mark, named after the good old Marky Mark Pearson,
Mm-hmm.
fellow Power Ranger fan.
Almost all of the categories are down to 1 or 2 votes. Like they're almost every category, and you have till the 16th to vote Monday. So vote before Monday. Do it on the weekend. Vote on the weekend. Get it in there. So
Real quick before we
Yep,
jump
get
into
it
this,
in there.
we did have
Hell yeah.
Sam Giss. We got that good old Vintage Rebellion podcast. Got to get him on sometime.
Decent.
Good old Mark Pearson, King Dingling, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, it feels good to be back. Thank you for making us part of your day, whether that is here live on the replay or on Spotify, watching us or listening to us on your car rides or however you listen to your podcasts. Thank you for being with us.
the sweetest angel has arrived, Mark Pearson.
The sweetest of sweet. All right, guys, what do we have here?
All right, so I got a bunch of silly stuff. I don't know, man. I saw this Darth Maul and like he was looking crisp, man. I got this guy and the new Cassian, who looks slightly less homeless than the previous Cassian. He's not wearing like a big beat up open winter jacket like last time. Sadly, he doesn't come with Kyle Katarn's Briar pistol on this one, but you don't need more than one of those. But I thought the Darth Maul, this is like the updated Darth Maul that's also available in the 3-pack and on the bike, and looks pretty damn good. It's sharp paint apps there.
Dang. That's like the third Darth Maul that they released this year.
Well, they're all that's all the same one, but yeah, they repackaged him in a variety of ways.
Yeah,
But,
this is the sculpted one, right?
I know it's updated from like the other one is like 2013.
The robes, I mean, sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is fully sculpted robes on this guy.
Yeah, I was like kind of tempted to, but there's really no point for me. I have the OG one. I have one that's open, I want to say, but yeah, I thought about getting the new one with the robes. That was maybe it, but that sculpt, man, on Andor, not bad at all. Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, man, and I got the new Homer from who makes this? Is it Jack's Pacific or something?
Yeah,
I
Jack's.
forget.
Yeah, Jax. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it.
The donut box is stupid, but the single donut that he can hold is pretty good. And then here's something I've been after for a long time: the 3 3/4 B2 emo, which is TVC sized, but there probably will never be a TVC of this figure because Andor is not universally appreciated apparently. So I had the Black Series version of it. This guy, I think this was either a Disney Store or Parks exclusive. I'm not even sure. It's been gone for months, if not a year at this point. And when I was at that Pennsylvania Collecting Club Christmas party, somebody had it there for $20. And
Isn't
yep.
this droid? It's not a 2-pack, but he's like the second in the pack.
That's for
And
the
I
Black
thought-
Series one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the larger one. But
And who was the figure that it came with? Cassian?
homeless Cassian, yeah. Yeah, big winter coat, homeless beard Cassian. But this is like that Cassian did come out in TVC, but it was by itself and you didn't get this guy. And would you believe it? The articulation on this is kind of better than the Black Series one, which is truly unacceptable.
Oh, really?
It's got a little bit
interesting.
more going on. The legs can sort of shift up and down, and there's actually more segments to his body that move up and down than the Black Series.
I
is kinda
loved
crazy.
this droid.
Yeah.
This droid
It's
was
good.
great, and it's such a cool design. So
Yeah, it's if they do a TVC, it'll be very redundant at this point. It's a pretty good piece if you can find it. And then one last thing I wanted to share that I got is so back in the day in the vintage Kenner line, there was a 12-inch line, and it ended just as the Empire Strikes Back products were launching. And this IG-88 is basically the only Empire Strikes Back figure they made for the line. Weird thing to end on, right? It's like you have like Han, Luke, Leia, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan, R2, C-3PO, Boba Fett, and then randomly IG-88. And this is like, it's well known as like the rarest and most desirable of the vintage 12-inch figures. But you know, this one was just kicking around the garage sales at this Christmas party, and it was it was pretty cheap because he's missing all his accessories, and I wouldn't bother finding them because I think complete he's around $1,000 US, and
Jesus.
loose like this he was $100, and I'll just keep him like this because he looks pretty cool. So it's just fun fun thing to have by, and there's Homer there with Darth Maul's lightsaber and the
Darth
donut.
Maul.
Yeah, isn't that nice? That's why you buy a Homer figure right there.
Doesn't break any IP issues.
Yeah, it's all Disney.
And
There you
it
go.
almost looks like if you pull back enough, it's like he's got an extra finger. He's almost kind of doing a jumbo in a way. Like
Yeah,
that-
well,
with
that's
that,
the donut.
donut.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
But like, you know, I mean,
I know.
this is like
it's good though.
his legs aren't bad. The feet don't have rockers, but there's really not much going on articulation wise, but just enough to do some funny stuff like this.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's cool.
They're not
That's
bad
it.
figures. Yeah, I got the Bart too.
Yeah, I figured that you know, if there's any of those that are gonna peg warm, it's not gonna be the Homer. So we'll see what happens with the rest. I don't know if I'll go any deeper on the line than
Yeah.
that.
Right now they're in wave 1 right now, so I see a lot of Barts and Homers and Bartman at Walmart specifically.
Dude, the whole shelf. I had like 8 of them. That's all that was left was Bartman.
Yeah, they have a ton of Bartmans. It's their Walmart exclusive.
Yeah, so that's sitting.
Badfish, anything?
I've been just unboxing Black Series, really. Just kind of doing a bunch of Clone Wars. I just did this Attack of the Clones. Sorry, I've got all those. I've got a pile. I've got Dooku. I've got Kit
Nice.
Fisto. I've got Plo Koon. I've got
I would
The
not mind.
Jedi, like
a
Anakin
set
and
of
Obi-Wan. So I'm gonna
Jordicas.
got a whole shelf. Yeah, I don't have any of those. But it'd be cool.
Oh
to get.
yeah, I did also get that the character name I don't even know, like the Wolfman from Skeleton Crew. Zach got that too, and
Oh.
he was saying how great it was. But I mean, it looks great, but the articulation is not good. Don't listen to what Zach's saying about that. I don't know what he's talking about. Feet can barely even move. The foot pegs are real shallow. He's saying you can say whatever you want about it, but you can't say the articulation is good. I won't stand for it.
Yeah, Black Series, I'm like, some of them I'm okay with, just them like
it's-
still looking kind of, and that
Yeah.
wolf character, just like a wolf
Yeah.
lane is
I
cool
mean,
to have.
I got that one. Captain Brutus and
There you go.
Jord Narwood or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 I could find, and Brutus comes
Really?
with four. Yeah, I couldn't find any of the kids. They were
Didn't
just
say no
stacked with
Neil.
those 2 guys.
I
And
see
no
them
Neil
all
for
at
sure.
GameStop here, but yeah,
Uh,
man, Brutus has 5 guns, and all of them except one have 2 different paint apps, which is
Yeah,
very
they're
not
all, like,
Black Series.
Different,
That's
yeah.
cool.
And the thing is, like, he's got 2 holsters and like 3 on his chest, and I don't know which gun fits in what hole. So I just try to guesstimate it.
The packaging art sort of shows it
Yeah,
if you still have the box, but yeah, yeah,
I see.
Some
But yeah,
site
yeah.
like Jedi Temple Archives or something, somewhere like that. I forget what ones
Yeah.
are active still. They'll probably have it.
Yeah, it's just like standard like Black Series articulation.
yeah.
Um,
But like the feet really, like the foot cannot tilt forward like at all to do like a running pose. To have
yeah.
both feet on the ground. It's just like it just stops there. Like when you try and tilt the ankle, like to like lean back one leg. But
Well,
what
when you
can
get
you
more
do?
than one accessory, then I guess that's what they
Yeah.
take out.
Well, we're used to getting just solid black weapons lately. So
Mhm.
these have some silver and some bronze paint apps on the guns, which is
Yeah.
a nice surprise for Black Series.
Yeah.
So
have we
Sam
even
Giss
talked
says
about them?
Sam Giss says, well, Zach's favorite animal is a duck, so
Yeah,
Now
no
he loves
limbs
Neil,
that
too.
articulate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember if we talked about those figures. There was so much news about when they got announced. I think we might have skimmed over them, but I don't remember now.
Yeah, I don't want to Neil. I don't think Neil is cool. I think that his hair is weird and uncanny. He has like a Millhouse haircut that
He's
doesn't
supposed to
belong
be the
on.
Millhouse.
Yeah, but it's like he's on top of it. It's like a weird like little kid's haircut on top of an elephant head. It's just very strange
Oh my
looking.
God. Marco calling Dean saying he had Millhouse vibes. Oh my god, that
His
freaking
eyes
killed
just
me.
turned into two little dots when he took his glasses
Oh
off
my
like that.
So
Oh
freaking
my
killed me,
god.
Marco. Shut up. But yeah, I'm gonna go give. My wife just got home. Just gonna quickly say hello and stuff to her.
All right.
Be right back.
man.
Anything new, Equan?
Anything?
It was like the two guys, Captain Brutus and I don't know, the guy with the scarf accessory. What's his name?
Jude Law.
Yeah, Jude Law. And I did get I found these guys. Am I wearing pants? Yeah, okay. I found I found this Deadpool at Walmart, and this dude, his swords are really tiny. Like they're like short. I just thought they were a little too short for the figure. I wish they were a little longer. And then I did get a Wolverine as well. So yeah, those are just a couple things I picked up on my way back from work. And yeah, that's it.
Nice.
So, as many of you may know, I've not picked up very many figures over the last several months because I've been doing some cards. But there are some figures now that I need to pick up. One of which is on its way. I did get the Jacob Marley from Four Horsemen Studios, the figure Obscura, in the ghost gray, not the ghost blue that they did for the retailer. So that's
Nice.
on its way. And I'm really glad I got that. I did not pick up the other one that they just dropped. I wasn't sure if I really wanted it. It was basically the Alithia body and stuff. I don't know how I feel about that one yet. So I could wait a little bit longer for it to come back and get on. But I really wanted that Jacob Marley. But what I did get are several cards that I'd like to show off. Some of which are from that good old Zach's Wonderland. So I got this Squirtle here.
Uh-huh.
Right.
How quickly were those delivered?
Oh, I mean, it took weeks.
I know.
War Turtle
Just kidding.
and the Blastoise on a very good deal from Zach's Wonderland. I'm pretty sure these are like 5th or 6th printings, but I'm just glad to have them, you know. And then
cares,
at
yeah.
my local card shop, I got this Pidgeot. There's a whole set of these. So the two evolves from before that, they look similar to this.
Mhm.
And then I got this Flareon as well. And
Yeah.
this guy right here, since I've bought him, has gone up at like $15-20.
Nice.
So
An outed Chris.
a lot of these I've made some money on. And then the one that I've really been wanting for my 151 set,
Alakazam.
this Alakazam
Yeah.
here. This is a good one.
Nice.
Are you allowed to say that?
I don't know, are we?
What?
I'm
What?
just. It's all
So the dispute's over. No wait.
Yeah,
that
because
was
wasn't
the-
it? Wasn't it like what's the guy's name? The magician.
Oh, the Abracadabra Alakazam.
Yeah, he
thing.
came after the Pokemon, didn't he? Uri Geller. Yeah, that was a while back.
Yeah, it's the
Oh.
middle evolution of from Abra. You could go right to the final evolution. Apparently, Zach was explaining it on one of the unboxings, I think.
Something like that.
All right. And then are you going for the Crown Pikachu now?
I'm going for the Crown Pikachu. I was gonna buy I was going to try to master set the Surging Sparks. I bought 3 ETBs and some packs, and just did not do well. I mean, I got some decent fun stuff out of it. You know, I'm keeping those just because they're fun. We did pull the lower Pikachu, so I'm glad to have that. The same time I picked up these two at my locals. We found the other
Kadabra, sorry.
Pikachu. We found the other Pikachu for like $31, and my son wanted it. He was like, "Daddy, I want to get the Surging Sparks, and I want to go get the Pikachu." Well, they had one of them. I go, "You can buy the packs and possibly not get the Pikachu, or you can get this Pikachu now." He's like, "I want the Pikachu now." And from his birthday money, he had a few bucks to buy a couple of packs, and he pulled the Golden Alolan Executor, which has gone up in value too. So he's got like $50 in cards.
Yeah. That's a pricey booster
Oh my god!
pack. Like,
And it's so hard to get pulls.
oh my gosh. Yeah. Dude, that Pikachu is like $500 now. Just raw on the aftermarket.
What?
It's insane.
Raw?
Yeah.
PSA 9. PSA 9, it's like $550, and then if you are able to get a 10, which I've not seen, they're estimating $3,500.
Wait, it's only $550 for a 9. That's. I think it'd be more if it's 500.
Isn't it new?
For the modern stuff, if you get graded
It's a new
9,
set,
it's
yeah.
basically the price of the raw card. Very
That
close.
I guess makes sense. Okay,
But that's the chase
interesting.
card, so it's a little bit higher, maybe within like $80, $70.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, if it was like a base set or like a jungle set or something like that, you could get a 9, it'd still be up $300.
They generally have that early on price like hike, right? That's the surge, right?
Yeah, and then it
Generally when
goes
they
down
first
a
come
little
in.
bit.
Month?
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Didn't you say?
It's kind of like most Black Series, that sort of
I
stuff.
don't know. Like it's kind of, you can't really tell which card's going to go up, but I remember last time it went nuts. It was the fat Pikachu. Remember that one from Vivid
And-
Voltage?
That's
And
hilarious.
when we went to the locals that day, I also picked up the Pikachu VMAX with I guess it's Ash, probably Ash. I don't know if it's red. I think it's Ash, and big Pikachu's behind him. Picked that up for
Yeah.
like $30 for layaway, and then they had a Giratina VMAX Gold for 100 at a PSA 9, and I picked that up too because if you were to get that at a 10, it's like $350. So.
Yep.
But so yeah, we're hunting that Pikachu, and then the terrestrial whatever for the
new one, yeah.
evolutions,
Mhm.
those are out, the Japanese versions, and I'm hoping to get to one of the newer card shops tomorrow because I took the day off, and I'm hoping to get one of the boxes. So SpongeBob SquareBall, what's going
Whoa!
on, man?
Shout out. Hope you're doing good, man.
Yeah.
Good to see you in the chats a lot lately,
Hey, Thomas.
Jumbo.
All right.
Yeah, it was the Kadabra. I can never remember that. It's not Alakazam. It's Kadabra, the middle
Kadabra.
one, the middle evolution. Because we haven't heard about it for years. Apparently, 20 years it's been in legal bouts. But yeah, there you go.
All right, let's jump into some of the news. All right, Chris, this was something that you posted. What do you got for us?
Yeah, I just thought we needed some Krimbus figures in our episode before Krimbus. So, this is a new announcement from Fresh Monkey Fiction, which I guess is Big Bad Toy Store's like in-house brand. And I think they did some figures in this line last year. It's called Naughty or Nice, and it's 12th scale, and you got a Santa Minotaur and a Krampus Minotaur, and it looks like a zombie Santa and some freaky looking kids. The sled's kind of nice. Maybe you need a sled for a better Santa that's not horrifying.
Well, they
You know?
reissued yeah, you're right. They made them last year, so they actually reissued the original one.
Well,
And
this
then
thing
there's
is
a-
blacked out. Is that what that is?
No, it's just telling you what's included
This-
and what you need to get.
It's the scale, yeah.
Oh,
So the
okay.
reindeer you can get, they're all in like it's the scale of the Santa that you'd get with it.
I would have.
And you can buy the
appreciated
reindeer,
some
too.
some
Yeah.
zombie reindeer.
The reindeer are like 65 each, so multiply that by 2, 4, 6, 8. So that'll be pretty pricey.
Hell no.
Yeah, Sam, I know what you're talking about, man. I stopped buying the Surging Sparks because of that, so I'm just gonna hunt the chase card, and then I definitely want to go in on the new Evolutions set that's out, and I'm focusing on buying the singles for the reason you're exactly saying. So I'm gonna encourage my son to do the same thing, although he loves opening packs.
Okay, am I missing something though? Like, why are these kids all like 45-year-old men?
Why do they all look so sad? Jeez.
I don't know. There's also like I guess there's a bad Santa that beats them up apparently also in the collection
Okay.
that has like brass
Jesus.
knuckles. and it says like he has two fists, and one of the fists says naughty, and one of them says nice. And
Jesus.
so it literally has like, because I asked the same question, and I was explained there's actually a Santa in the collection that goes around and beats up the bad kids, I guess.
Maybe
it's-
all the kids
it's-
are.
Yeah.
Maybe they're all adult men, so that they're allowed to sell a figure set where Santa beats them up. I don't know.
I don't know. Apparently, they get coal is like the actual thing, but I don't know. They don't
They kind
have
of look like the Mad Magazine kid.
very much so. Yeah,
I'm
some
looking
of
at
them,
the
yeah.
zombie Santa, and I just saw the patch Santa, the pirate Santa.
Yeah, so if you go on BBTS, actually, we just kind of tossed this one on. If you want to pull it up, Sean, on the slides there, but there's a bunch of other Santas. Yeah, so they reissued the original one. There's like a Santa with a story time one that like he's got his like just a button up shirt rather than his whole coat and everything. So there's different
Thomas-
ones you can get. So if you're into the Christmas style stuff, you can get like a classic one, and then you can also get kind of the crazy stuff as well if you want.
Thomas is trying to get our stream taken down. I would not spotlight that, but very funny, Thomas. But yeah, I did do one more slide so we get some close-ups on the
Just right.
Krampus. Yeah,
Okay, there you go. Yeah, so the I don't know, the paint looks a little simple on these, but it's I'm okay with it. It's like not a huge company, like it's their own thing going on, so it's hard to be a four horseman when so they're doing their own thing right now. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And also, they have accessory packs, and one comes with like a sack of gifts. And I forget where I heard
That's
this,
cool,
but apparently it's sized so that you can put the kids in the sack if you need to like do a little
Oh my god.
kidnap scenario or something.
God.
Jesus. Yeah, so that the whole collection, yeah, naughty or nice. So there you go.
well, I think the Krampus lore does involve some stuff like that. So
Yeah.
maybe it's accurate.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You're
He's fun.
naughty, the Krampus will get you.
Yeah, like
Merry
what town is it?
Christmas.
Like what's some city in Europe? They have like these Krampus parades. I've seen YouTube videos of it, and like they'll have like 20 dudes march down the street with like horrific Krampus costumes that like look real. It's like our culture is like we need a little bit of that wherever that is.
Scandinavian countries.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does anyone like Christmas this much? Honestly, curious.
Yeah, man.
Mine
There's
wants to
Oh
know.
yeah.
there's
For
four horsemen
sure.
Santa.
Jeez.
That's
I
more
actually
expensive.
I actually got that. I just didn't have it
Oh,
handy
it's
enough to
so
show you
good.
it. I just
Right
got
here.
that in. It was I think it might be still in stock because Zach was saying if it was he was gonna grab it, but
It's such a good figure too.
I
and
got it, yeah.
I opened up the Santa sack and stuff, and it has all the toys in it, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Man.
I
then
didn't
if
need
you
the
pair 'em
crazy
next
ones.
To the moose, Altair, I think his name is something like that. You pair him up next to that, it's awesome.
Yeah, Sam. Not only that, but like the moose is even bigger than this Krampus. Like the moose is gigantic.
Yeah.
and it has like kind of Christmas colors too, right?
Yeah. And and also, I mean, how else can you properly represent the patron saint of Coca-Cola in your collection other than Santa riding a giant moose?
Yeah, I've wanted that one ever since it came. Ever since I saw it like a few months after it came out because I just wasn't on the Four Horsemen stuff, or maybe I saw it when it came out. I was just like, I can't get that right now. And then eventually I was like, why didn't I get it? But I'm glad that it came in stock again on their site, so I got it for retail. So, but it had gone up a bit. But yeah, top tier Christmas toy.
All right.
Decent.
So we got something new from Mezco. I enjoy it. I think this is kind of like on my maybe list here, but this is Tangerine Badass for Hire Deluxe Edition, 115 USD. It's waitlisted and it's due out in 6 to 8 weeks. And I think this thing is really cool. You got the bubblegum hair, or you get the bubblegum with the afro hair, the gun, the kicks, and all that kind of stuff. It looks like as if it's from their Rumble Society. So I don't
Nice.
know if they're going to do like a street level hero kind of thing like Marvel did or what, but it looks really good. And I think it's something different, and I really like it. Badass on the knuckles there, kind of taken from Luke Cage a little bit.
Yeah,
But,
that lady with the one arm or the cyborg arm. I forgot her name. You're talking about that lady with the fro?
Crap, what's her name? I know what you're
She
talking
kinda
about.
looks like her.
From Heroes for Hire.
Yeah.
It was the detective, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I can't remember her name, but I know exactly. Yeah. And several hands, the glasses, 3 different head sculpts with the bubble gum, the afro, and then I guess the pom-pom hair. I don't know what you would call that. Misty Knight. Thank you. That's who it is.
Yeah, that's the one.
Misty Knight. Definite Misty Knight vibes. And I really like the base. I think it's done really well. Several guns, several rifles, blast effects. Looks really good. The katana, I'm not sure how I feel about it just yet. And then what is this one called?
The M16?
No, this sort of.
Oh, that's the
sheath?
scabbard for the sheath, or the
Oh,
sheath
it's a
for
sca-
the
okay, it's a sheath.
sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was another sword, but I
Kind of hate the colorway on that M16 and the
with the gold and stuff.
the gold and the white.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
like
it's like Force Awakens weapons. They're all white.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
that's I thought that Badfish just explained Sean what gun that was, and he lives in Texas, so that would have been crazy. But he did know. He was talking about the sheath. All right.
I know weapons only because
Yeah,
of
video
video
games.
games though.
Exactly.
Man, you need to come down to Texas then.
I like the.
Yeah. Oh,
how about the
I
golden-
definitely need to come down there and try a gun range for sure.
Yeah, that next to OxCon, but that golden rocket launcher is kind of fun. But yeah, I'm not crazy about the colors on everything else, really.
Yeah, the LMG down there below or whatever, I don't dislike as much, but the M16
Groovy
it
is
really
right,
sticks out.
Samus.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, yeah, I understand
Yeah.
it's its own thing, it's its own style, but yeah, I just don't enjoy
Yeah, it
The-
matches the gloves, and it'll pop out visually when she's holding it because it's white. I get it, but
the other pistol. That's funny. The other pistol looks good though. The revolver.
This one right here.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. So she has I guess looks like 2 jackets. She's wearing one. Got another one showing. I don't know if that's.
This looks kind of funny.
And then
that jacket just nerfs it, eh?
Yeah, it's not. Good.
And then she
It's
has
okay.
a vest, a shield, an iron shield, and looks like a side bag, and then like an ascot.
The holster.
Tie.
That's awesome. The bag's sick.
Yep.
That's
Let's
pretty
see,
cool.
Did she have any pictures? Did I put any pictures with her on?
Damn, that sold
She's
out
not
quick,
holding it.
eh?
Yeah.
Or waitlisted quick. So I guess a lot of these Rumble Society things do, right?
Mhm. Usually they last a day at most.
Yeah.
The bubblegum's cool.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Cool
I
stuff.
could see like
yeah.
if you had the skulls and you had the guys, it looked cool. Like she'd be a little off if you just picked her up,
Yeah.
Maybe if you had some ninjas, some like the hand ninjas or something like that, that'd be kind of cool.
These skeleton dudes,
Mhm.
I can see why they're popular. Cool.
It's not even a recycled. It's like a whole new character.
Yeah, completely.
You don't really do these Rumble Society ones, right? Equine?
No, I don't do these anymore. I just get Gomez, and then I'll cherry pick here and there, but not
So
really.
you've had a few, yeah.
Yeah, just Gomez and the 3 skeleton group. That pink skeleton group.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
yeah.
Mezco comes out with a lot, right? It's kind of hard to,
Oh yeah,
and it's a price. It's not necessarily cheap. So
yeah. They're usually like around 100 to 115. Yeah.
All right, so Marvel Legends
Let's
had their
go.
December 2024 live stream recap. They announced and revealed several things, one of which is the Electro Francine Frey. I'm just going to kind of fly through some of this.
yeah, there's a lot. Definitely, we'll just
there's
hit
a
the
lot. And I think
highlights.
this looks really good. Like here, I'm not interested, but the way they have her pose, that kind of looks really menacing with all the electricity things on the effects on her. I think that looks really cool. The next thing they did was a Spider Boy. Not sure how this fits into the comics. Definitely looks like a comic version, so not really sure on
Yeah,
this
they
one.
said that. Sorry, I watched some
Yeah,
of these.
he's a new character apparently.
Okay.
And he's even younger than the other Spider
Then Miles.
kid. Yeah, than Miles. I guess he has teeth, or it's on his
Yeah.
mask. I don't know what that is.
Well, and it's two different ones. So like you have like a regular Spider-Man head sculpt, if you will, and then you have the one with the teeth on it too. So
Yeah,
Yeah, the fangs.
but he's got some whipping hands, even though he doesn't shoot webs.
is it
So
is it
He's got
from
a
like
backpack.
the same like Spider-Man universe, or is this like a
Yeah.
futuristic, or
no, it's like in the same like
it's like he's fighting alongside Miles kind of thing?
it's something like that. I didn't really read much of this, but I mean they're all in the same universe.
Man, those Secret Wars
Pre-releases?
ones,
Yeah.
I'm impartial. I think there's like two, maybe
bunch,
three
yeah.
really good ones. The next thing we have is Spider-Man, the Spider-Man Ultimate.
Is it unlimited?
version? Unlimited, sorry.
Okay.
Unlimited version.
There it is.
I like the blue.
Mhm.
I like the blue on him, and I think that's what makes the red kind of fit with him. Definitely more muscular. Has the web cape and stuff. So I think he looks cool. I'm just not. There's way too many Spider-Man for me to be like up with the Joneses with it.
Yeah, this one's
For
the
sure.
like literally the Batman Beyond of Spider-Man. Like it's like the continuation of the cartoon.
Yeah, I remember that. What didn't he get transported to some other planet or something, and Venom was vaguely related to it?
Yeah, it was like it lasted like a season. It didn't even last that long. So
But
Yeah.
that's funny. I recognize that costume with like the little web cape. Like
Yeah.
I was like, why do I know what that is as a
Mhm.
pedestrian pleb superhero follower? But yeah, now that you mention it, there was like that the one season that was like the Batman Beyond equivalent. I vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have Kane here next. I think he looks cool. He looks menacing this way, but he just doesn't do anything for me when you actually see the figure in hand. The pink really pops. I think the red hair really pops. The suit's okay. I think maybe okay, but I don't really know how he fits into the Spider-Man universe. At
I think
least
this is
with
badass. But I'm partial to it because I have a connection technically to this because I think
So
even
enlighten
so,
me.
look how big this thing, like look how beefy he looks in the packaging on the right there too. I think this pose, he's turned to, you can see he's turned. So his chest doesn't look as big as he actually is. He's a bit bigger than he's looking on the left if you look on the right. You see what I'm
You
saying?
think this is gonna be like a
He's even
Kingpin
further back.
oversize, or
I don't know, but this thing's
little
big.
smaller?
I think it's cool just because of the it's definitely a deluxe-ish size because if you go back 2 slides, right? Look, I'm pretty sure that's
Oh no,
maybe I'm wrong.
the ones
I think the card is bigger. Go back
the
to the
yeah,
Spider-Man
compare the
slide.
card sizes.
That one.
They
Yeah,
look
I
about the
think that's
same.
possibly
It's just
bigger. But
just the bubbles bigger.
either way, I think it's pretty cool looking. I think the colors are cool. I think that the colorway turned out well, and they didn't just paint it on; they actually molded on the suit, which is cool.
Yeah.
But this is because I got suspended in high school for fighting a kid, and I got suspended because I won the fight. I
Of
always
course,
like.
Bullyfish just
Wow.
beating up kids.
Okay, that's not what happened. He
That's
pushed
why he's
me.
called Badfish now, because he toned it
Yeah.
down.
He was
This is
possessed by the
I can
symbiote.
tell you exactly what happened. I think what happened is yeah, we were playing soccer in the winter, so it's like a bit more rough because there's snow. So we would even play like tackle. We kind of play tackle soccer in some instances, but that was not this case. So, but we were still playing a bit more. We'd like throw some elbows and stuff like that here and there, right? So I think I ran into the other kid. He then tackled me in return because I kind of like had like tackled him from the ball or whatever. Or was like a bit more rough about it. And then
So he was upset.
he jumped me from behind. So then I was down on the ground trying to get up. So I actually somehow he had me down where he was like pinned over top of me, and I somehow got my legs between his and kicked him in the face.
Oh fuck.
So he like
Hey.
had this mark right here from my winter boots. It was winter, like I said, and then we started fighting. I don't even remember this, but even at the time, but apparently I punched one of my friends in the face because I
Yeah.
swung and it missed
Hey,
him
there's
and
some
it
good
hit
Oh
the
my
other
wrestlers
guy
God.
out of
behind him.
Canada, man. You should
You
go
just saw
to
red and
WWE.
just started assaulting everybody around
Oh,
you.
dude.
Jesus Christ.
You
And then-
need a WWID over here.
And then I think I got like one or two punches after that, or like I ended up on top of him or something. And then there was everyone, all the kids were obviously there, so people were taking sides during the fight and like pulling each other up. But yeah, it was like grade 6 or something, and that comic had come out. I could find out when, and my mom didn't agree that I got suspended, the other kid didn't. And I was like, I only got suspended because I won the fight. I was arguing. If I would have lost the fight, he would have got suspended. But either way, it was probably the kick to the face that didn't help. But basically, what happened was I got suspended. My parents were like, I had to go to work with her. So when we went on the way in, she bought me that comic with Kane on the front. And
That's awesome.
yeah, so there's the long story.
Next
about it.
time,
Jeez,
on
that explains so
True
much.
CW, the Badfish story.
Dude, when the snow comes around here, Chris, explain it. Do you think like kids are a bit more rough here when the snow comes? Like you kind of take more chances, right?
Now that you mention it, any act of elementary school violence that I witnessed or participated in all happened when there was snow out. I don't know why that was the
Yeah.
case, but I saw some wild stuff while the snow was out. Like Christmas Story type assaults. People getting
snow-
stuck. Yeah.
The snow dampens the noise, so like the teachers at recess can't hear all the kids screaming bloody murder on the other side of the schoolyard. So yeah,
Wow.
good times.
Not
I'm
gonna,
gonna
lie.
say it. All the Spider-Man figures look like peg warmers. Thank
So
you,
funny.
Sangus.
Not gonna-
They are
that-
all. They all look dumb.
Hold on.
And hold on. What am I holding for?
The rest of this comment's hilarious.
The people who buy them probably fall asleep starting at
Staring at their phones.
Staring at their phones. Sorry. Got caught up.
I
am
would say there
dyslexic, I'm
are-
sorry.
Hate filled.
Some decent ones.
Oh.
For some people love some of these iterations, but I do agree there might be some pick.
There's
Yeah, I
usually
mean-
like a few, like the latest wave is at my Ollies right now, minus a couple of them.
That's how you know.
That pumpkin one is everywhere. That
It's
pumpkin
not
chick,
even
I
at a
don't know who that
Ross
is.
or a Marshalls. It's at an Ollie's.
No, I see it at Ollie's and Macy's. The little rinky dink
Macy's,
Toys R
really?
Us Macy's
Yeah.
we got. Those fake
Ollie's
Toys
is a
R Us.
good indicator of something that's not cool. The only Black Series Star Wars space helmet that ever showed up at Ollie's was the Jon Favreau helmet. No, sorry, the Filoni helmet, whatever his character's name is. Why? Because they should never have made it. And why would you ever want Dave Filoni's X-wing pilot helmet when you have Luke Skywalker or Wedge or Biggs? Crazy. It belonged at Ollie's, and it's the market resolves these issues.
So it dies at Ollie's, is what you're saying.
Pretty much, and
Yeah.
they can't even get rid of it at Ollie's. Like pretty much now, the Ollie's is mostly just Wakanda Forever stuff, and it'll be there till the end of time, or until that
Oh, the
Ollie shuts
Wakanda
down.
stuff. Yeah, I mean that thing's it'll be there 10 years from now.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
showed Equan as well. The Lando, it's still $36 at Walmart.
Oh my god,
Jesus.
we still have Landos at the Walmart. It's still there. No one's moving.
Oh yeah,
it.
I saw a TVC Empire Lando today. Yeah, still that's got to be 2 years ago, at least.
There was a period where there was a Lando, just a Black Series, and then they put out an archive Lando and a TVC Lando, and you see all three.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but like
remember
the
that.
archive was Skiff Guard Lando, which is like it's a little bit cooler, but like it was already out. Like you got to rank your Landos, right? Like Empire Strikes Back, a little bit overplayed. Lando General from Return of the Jedi, a little bit cooler, but Skiff Guard's like edgy Lando at the club, like he's like barely got a shirt, he's got a funny helmet, that's good stuff. That's the one you want. Yeah, that's the cool Lando.
All right, so one of the other reveals was the Agent Venom Flash Thompson. This guy, like I said, I have not bought Marvel Legends in a while, but for Flash Thompson, I definitely will. I
This is
have
not peg
the Agent
warming. I
Venom.
don't think so. Yeah.
Oh man, I love Flash Thompson. Like
Yeah,
after
this
he
will
came
sell,
back,
yeah.
and he became Agent Venom, came back to Earth. That whole timeline. That's when I jumped into comics really,
Mhm.
really deep, and just reading this comic and how he was involved with Iron Man, how he was involved with Guardians of the Galaxy, was right up my wheelhouse because it all crossed. It all crossed and made the Agent Venom comics. And what was the other one? Not Rom, but it's similar to Rom, but that Venom, Space Venom. It was Space Venom, something like that. That was one of the other comic series I enjoyed because he departed from the Guardians and then came back into his own stuff. But he's got that good old machine gun. He got some extra hands. He's got the Spider-Man head sculpt, or the Venom,
Mhm.
I should say, the Venom head sculpt. And I just think he looks. I think he looks great. I think the head sculpt on him is just comic booky enough, but also just real enough for it to look good. That's my opinion.
Yeah. He's
And
a
then-
he. Do you have that 2014 old one? Old Agent Venom.
I never had him.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
this is
Got
like
that
a 2.0-ish kind of.
Yeah, it's like a 2.0.
Yeah, the other one's like 10 years old. The
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
difference was it didn't have this unmasked head sculpt, and it had like tendrils in the back,
Yeah, yeah.
which can
Yes.
hold guns.
I almost bought
Um,
that thing so many times, man.
Yeah,
I
but
never did though.
that thing is. I remember seeing that was pretty expensive on the aftermarket, but yeah, it's about time we get an updated version of this guy.
Mark Pearson, the Eternals.
Oh, yeah,
figures.
there's a
if you
ton
want to
of
finish
those.
your Eternals line, they're there
Yeah,
too. All right, and then the last, not the last thing but at least for this section, the Chameleon, with the J. Jonah Jameson
That's
mask
amazing.
on. That's probably the coolest part of this figure.
I just remember this from the
Otherwise,
cartoon.
I don't care about it.
I watched the cartoon a lot, so this is very like nostalgic seeing this. I would be sort of tempted to get this just because of that, but I think he's a small enough villain that I don't think I'm gonna bother. I'm trying not to get more of the like carded Marvel Spider-Man carded figures, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a lot
I
of
have
real
a bunch
estate.
of yeah, and I have a bunch like I don't know if I even want to open them or I don't know. It's-
The next thing they announced was the X-Men 2025 wave. A little out of order, but this would be
Xavier.
the Xavier. Real basic. I don't know how he fits in. Again, I never was the X-Men fan, but looks like he's in his classic, just like wartime suit with the hands. He got a couple of hands. He got the helmet. Whoa! I'm sorry. I skipped one. So this is the Charles Xavier Savage Land Target exclusive. This is the Spider-Man 77 Walmart wave for 2025, and I'm enjoying the box. I'm just not enjoying the figure on this one.
Well,
it's
70s TV Spider-Man
Yeah.
did look stupid. That's just, that's just that's
and
how he looked.
I guess it comes with an actual string because it's shot ropes. They literally
true.
use ropes during this show. But yeah, this is a big time pass for me. Equan was saying he's so done with these to me.
Oh my
There's
god, I already
so
have
many
the other
Spider-Man.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Looks like
there's
he's
just
done.
and even with this wave, like Sam was kind of saying, there's just whether they peg warmer or not, there's so many freaking there's so many freaking things, you know what I'm saying? Like there's just so many Spider-Man that always come. It's colorways, and I understand why they do it, but it's just overwhelming. Yeah, just gotta cherry pick them at this point. So
Sorry. And then moving on, we also have the Lizard from No Way Home, Amazon exclusive. The POs will start this month. I think this guy looks great. And I didn't add it I did not add it. I should have added it.
I hate the crotch. The crotch looks fucking.
But our
looks
good
stupid as hell.
friend, hopefully, continue to be good friend once we get the Arctic Dragon from their line. But our good friend Ross Persichetti had a lot of work on this as well. Amazon exclusive.
Okay, it looks better here.
later
But
this month.
I don't like the waist. It needs to be like thicker. I'm sorry. Maybe it's the design and that's what it looks like in the movie.
It's the old body.
I
He
don't
mentioned
like it.
he mentioned certain things though. He mentioned the head sculpt with the mouth. He mentioned the smaller hands because he wasn't fully developed. So I'm wondering if that's not part of the
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
the hip.
So are you
hip
saying
issue
this
there.
is an original body? They didn't change that, Equan?
Yeah, it's like a 10-year-old body from like the old Amazing Spider-Man
Wow.
Legends wave. It's pretty old.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't like.
You know, I never
the
liked this
waist at
design,
all.
to be honest. If he doesn't have a white lab coat while he runs around looking crazy, I it just
Yeah.
doesn't do it for me, you know.
That's fair. I mean, yeah. I mean, man, this comic from the animated show, it's so classic. That one. With the,
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
With the lab coat ripped up. Yeah, it looks. I have that.
Pants.
It came out recently. The comic version. It looked pretty cool with the ripped up lab coat.
I think I missed that one. That one.
It's a Walmart exclusive.
Yeah, it was, and I wasn't chasing them right at that point. I think so. Shit. Yeah, that one was tempting to kind of dip my toe back in, but yeah, again. just
Yeah,
watched
but
it.
you know, I mean, I just the way they'd sort of designed the face for the Amazing Spider-Man movie, something just weird about it, you know, like it didn't ever feel like
yeah.
the Lizard to me. So I would definitely take a pass on this. But and you know, when you have it's like the Hulk, when you have the partial ripped up clothes, you get the like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde vibe, and this is just like very strange Lizard man. You know, I'm not into, but that's more about the movie design than the figure, as far as I'm concerned.
So I am quoting the Instagram post from Ross Persichetti. He said, "I worked on the figure, sculpting and cutting all the new parts for the Lizard. I had access to the studio files to ensure every detail was accurate, capturing his roaring portrait, sinister grin, and shortened underdeveloped arms and hands. I also am I am so excited to be able to share this," he said.
I guess it's just we're just not fans of the design. Yeah, I don't even. I vaguely remember even the original movies he was in.
So moving on, this is the official X-Men 2025 wave, not what I had said before. This is the Acolyte. He has a couple hands and some the standard effect pieces that are colored in flame. Had to do some research on this guy. Couldn't really find much, and I finally found a comic with him on it, and it does not look like this guy. So he must be a variation of sorts.
Danny should know who this guy is. He's one
Danny.
of those Jim Lee X-Men #1 characters with the Asteroid M. Is that Asteroid M? Yeah, Asteroid M storyline.
Fabian Cortez.
Shout out Danny. Thanks for tuning in.
And then this is the AOA Gambit. Didn't get much out of him.
Oh my god, AOE also a pig warmer wave.
And then we have the X-Force Nightcrawler. I think he actually does look really good. I do like the kind of like whitish gray and the black on his suit. And then I just think his sword needs to be a little bit longer.
I don't know if it's like is this a popular version of this character?
I mean, the X-Force has like their deep fans, but
This is a cool
Everyone
looking
has
sword.
this costume design, the black and silver or black and gray.
Sam Giss says Mr. 9.8 knows all. He is not wrong.
What was that about the black and gray cereal? Okay.
No, they it's like it's for the Uncanny X-Force team. Well, technically, Nightcrawler's Uncanny X-Force and AOA, but they all wear like because they do like Black Ops missions.
Okay.
So they all
That's
wear
kinda
like
cool.
that's why you see Wolverine with the black and gray and
Yeah.
the like red eyes. like that's like his costume. They all wear that
I
type
like
of costume.
That. Okay.
Yeah.
We have Husk.
This is great. Like, look at a chunk of
Yeah.
skin. Like, okay, I never thought Hasbro would do something like this, but there you go. She's ripping her
It's like-
face off. Cool stuff.
Yeah, this is pure 90s Generation X Husk, man. Those 90s comics were insane.
And it lines up
Yeah.
pretty good. Like, they had it lined up with her actual, like, where it's supposed to kind of come off of her face, where they had her pulling it kind of like this. It looked really good. But yeah.
And then we have the Extreme Wolverine here. Couple of hands like normal. He's got some darker claws, smaller claws at that too, it looks like. Maybe it's just the angle.
Yeah. No line is complete without a Wolverine.
Nope.
Sculpt's cool.
And then the X Factor Cyclops. I think he looks really cool. I like his blast effect. The blast effect I think, is the best part of it. I mean,
That's
if you
a
don't
new
have
piece.
this on it, then it's not nothing. And then this is Morrow. The back
Marrow.
is cool. You get marrow,
Like bone marrow.
Yes. And you get the bones coming out of her back and stuff, and you got her swords that look like the bones as well.
Yeah.
And then
Goofy looking.
here is the Build-A-Figure Nemesis. This guy looks awesome though. Like
Crazy.
I mean, if I were to buy this, I'd let it go a few months and then start piecing together the Build-A-Figure. Definitely not into any of the X-Men figures, but this guy looks really cool.
Man, Danny Lee's the expert on this, but there's like a couple things. Basically, Nemesis is the rename of this character because his original name is very not PC. And apparent, I was
Are you
looking
afraid to
at
say it?
I
you
see
can
why
say
they
it if you
changed
want.
it.
I don't know what it
it's not a
is.
it's
I don't
not
know
a
what
big-
it is.
I don't think it's a big deal. Do you, Equan?
Yeah, no, but you can find out what that is. I don't want to upset our Jewish community here.
Okay.
But
It's related to that an event that happened in World War II.
Oh,
That was the
Interesting.
original name.
But Danny, do you think this is genocide or do you think this is Nemesis? Because those are two different characters, right?
This is Nemesis, is my understanding from my little bit of research I did for like 2 minutes.
Because I was looking at armor sets, and like apparently Nemesis has like the 6-pack, and Genocide has like armor on his chest.
Oh, so there's other, but they were calling it Nemesis on the stream, were they not?
Yeah, that's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Okay. Well, Danny knows. So if it's Nemesis, if he says it's Nemesis, then it's Nemesis.
I love that you can take the helmet off though and articulate. Like they had some pictures with it, like where the head was turned, like inside the helmet, looked really good. So cool. And for a Build-A-Figure, usually those like the joints look terrible on them in a lot of cases. So this,
It looks like they did the armor really well. though.
hopefully, yeah, you can do the same. So it's not gonna be janky putting it together yourself. But cool, very cool.
And
Freaking
that
beastly.
is the X-Men wave. And then there, of course, they've been ending these Marvel streams with some teasers. We have a staff here. We have some
their
webbing.
favorite accessories that were
Yeah.
coming up for the next
Mhm.
figures
And
they're
then
making.
blades.
Apparently,
What's
that's
the speculation, guys?
the staff is for sure Adam Warlock. That's his staff. And well, the other one is probably Spider-Man related.
Obviously,
Some kind of
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Very cool webbing looking though. I will say
Yeah.
they haven't had a webbing like that where it's all like twisted around like that and has like the maybe they have, but it looks good.
Like the
And
McFarlane webbing. Yeah.
this is Gambit, right?
No, that's supposed to be the blades that come out for Archangel because Archangel
okay.
was
There you go.
leaked earlier.
Okay, this is a piece of it. They said it was
Like-
a piece of a bigger accessory, is what they said.
Yeah, it's like his wing blades. He
Okay, that
shoots
makes
out.
sense then. I thought it was the cards, maybe, but okay, cool.
All right, guys, we are right at a hour and almost 10 minutes Thank you for making us part of your evening. If you're just joining us,
yeah.
we really, really appreciate you guys jumping in. Went over some pretty cool stuff, some Marvel stuff, some Mezco, and the whole Krampus wave from the Big Bad Toy Store.
Guess I'll bring up the show sheet
exclusive.
here.
Um,
Yeah, we'll talk about the Star
Hyperspace
Wars
highlights.
stuff here. Yeah,
What do we
there's
got,
not
guys?
much. There's not much. This is the Jedi Master
Kalnaka.
Kelnaka. Yeah, I was gonna say Naker.
I think his name is Keto.
$33.99.
Keto Wookiee Man Bun, witch researching Jedi
So
who dies.
yeah, I actually haven't even seen. I know that's what happens, but I haven't actually seen it. But I thought it was just kind of cool seeing a different Wookiee, and not to mention a Jedi Wookiee. So I put that on. I almost skipped this, but this is $33.99 pre-order.
Yeah.
So
Damn. So it's a deluxe.
What's
Yeah,
his, what's his origin timeline? Like,
Oh,
don't
fucking-
give me the life
he-
story,
he-
but just tell me
no,
where he comes in.
It's easy. There's nothing at all. He just exists and is a Jedi in the time period of the Acolyte. You
Yeah.
know nothing about his backstory whatsoever. But if you ever find the Zalbar from KOTOR, that's a way better Wookiee if you want a different Wookiee other than Chewbacca. Even though
that's
that's
not a
mostly
6-inch though, right?
it is, but it's
Oh.
mostly Chewbacca's body with a new head. But the cool thing is that it comes with the KOTOR Vibro blade, which is pretty iconic. But yeah, cooler than this
I
guy.
think I know the one you're talking about. I definitely passed on that one. But this comes out spring next year. It's up for pre-order on Pulse and other retailers soon. But yeah,
This
so you
is
can
kind
get
of
that.
awesome. So here you got Shadows of the Empire Black Series. Now
Yeah.
the Leia is mostly a reissue. There's a new head on it, so it's this newly sculpted head for Leia and the face printing. It's funny because this figure came out in the archive not too long ago.
Yeah,
Um,
dude.
Yeah,
Too
but Kate, the Coruscant Guard Luke. Now, obviously, there's some part reuse here, like the waist and the chest piece. Don't think is new. Maybe just the helmet and the staff and the knee pads are new. Like I don't know what's new here, but this looks
Yeah,
like it looks a lot like that Power of the Force 2 Shadows of the Empire figure. And I don't know, something about that just tickles me, man. Exactly. Like I would love to just buy the Luke, but what can you do?
yeah.
I don't have that
That's
Leia.
true. The there's
Man,
definitely some new stuff on here, but yeah.
He looks like his head looks smaller than the rest of his body, but I guess they need to do that to put the helmet on.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You're gonna want to probably put this with the helmet on.
Yeah.
but
They probably had to make a new head just because no other Luke has a helmet like that. I mean, I guess the X-Wing sort of did.
So this is $44.99, so $45 versus what we just saw for $34, which is funny. So like almost 10 more bucks, you get a second figure. Not a great second figure necessarily, but like you said, it's updated. But this is also up
Yeah.
for pre-order for spring next year,
Yeah.
and coming to Disney Store later apparently.
The crazy thing, just on that last one for a second, it's the shocking thing is that there is a new head. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Like good, but like how? What is the logic? It's just a crazy thing. But that the reason it's in here is because Shadows of the Empire, as we all know, takes place between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. It's Legends. It's overrun with I think the children's show Forces of Destiny overrode Shadows of the Empire. That's just Disney canon for you. But the original 5POA line did have Leia in Bounty Hunter disguise, as well as this Luke. And, just picking those up carded is probably the cooler thing to do. But do what you got to do. But yeah, we'll move on to the TVC there.
Yeah, that's gonna be a pass for me though.
Yeah.
I know you'll probably get them though. Just
I'm thinking
like I
about it.
said.
You know what though? They did say Dash Rendar is coming, and I'd rather have Dash and Prince
Fuck,
Shizor
man.
than that 2-pack.
Boy, that if they did that, I'd probably have to pick that up.
It's
'cause,
it's
man, that
announced.
game. Oh, I know that it was a pipeline. Yeah.
It was written. It came in the description for Shizor actually.
Yeah,
But,
it's in the
okay, yeah.
packaging.
It was pipeline though. I think they did not show a pipeline at one point, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Either way, that I'd love to get with the big freaking chunky. If they do the chunky like thing on his shoulder and
Like the robot gun, yeah.
dude,
But listen,
great.
so here
So,
this is
Who's
this
this
is Heir to the
Jesus
Empire.
Sith?
All right. So like basically this is a cloned Jedi that the Empire cloned just to like mess with Luke pretty much. And then you have like a cartoon you have I think this is the Rebels TVC Thrawn, but
can
they're
click
but,
through.
but they put
Yeah,
new
there's
card
cards.
art on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they're calling this the heir to the Empire Throne, but I'm pretty sure it's the one that came out with a Rebels picture last year. But it now has the Salamiri creature over his arm, and maybe the shoulder pads are
Yeah,
different.
the Lamiri.
He's, yeah, he's got the cartoon shoulder pads that are like a little bit more extravagant, but I think the head is the same as the Rebels one.
It is.
And then
yeah. But the card art's definitely so Sean, if you click through, there's this is a kind of a funny cool picture, I thought, with the Imperial guy in the back there, just like, whoa, what's happening?
Bro, he looks like Jesus, man.
He really does.
Lightsaber.
Well, you know, he's like if you ever saw like at least the cover for the original Heir to the Empire novel, it's all like sort of stock imagery of the main character sort of repainted, and he's like this weird like standout new design on that cover, because like it was like 1991 when Heir to the Empire came out, and you didn't have any new Star Wars for a long time. So when you saw that book and there's this like weird old evil guy, Gandalf looking dude, like, you know, it was the attention grabber of that new cover. And then the third guy here is Phaleon or Paleon. He's a character in the book.
Next screenshots, yeah. Go
ahead. Oh yeah. So here's the thing. This is weird because the look of him is based on his appearance in what was that? Ahsoka or Mando season 3? I think Mando season 3, but it's referencing the Heir to the Empire novel, which is Legends. So it's the Phaleon is a weird card back because it's the actor from Mando season 3.
That's funny.
That's strange, because then basically Thrawn should look like Matt Mikkelsen if we're doing that. So
look at this card art though. This is awesome. It's cool. Star Destroyer.
Yeah. Because that's how the figure came in the old 5POA expanded universe line. He had the Salamiri thing over his shoulder, and he had the more cartoon look.
Yeah, and this card art's still pretty cool, but yeah, I had to put it on for that just for
Joris. And I'm sure that's just Palpatine's hand there, but of course it is.
Yeah.
What do you want? Yeah. It's cool. Look at that crazy card art, man. This is like it kind of blows me. I mean, we got this guy in Black Series in the in that 4-pack, and it just blows my mind that this exists, because like nobody knows who this character is, and Hasbro's just doubling down. 3 3/4 and Black Series. That's like amazing. Most of their collectors have not even read that book, and by the way, it came out like 35 years ago. so it's just a weird choice. But
I don't know if I said the price for that one. Sorry, that was $50 or $49.99. Pre-order is already open. Yeah, for the 3-pack. And it's spring 25 again, Disney Store at a later date. But yeah, that's the Star Wars stuff really for now, since NYCC. Any comments, sorry, Equan, on any of those?
I have. He just looks like Jesus, and yeah, that's it.
You were passing, I think.
Well, but you know, back then, they knew they needed new villains once in a while. You know, they tried. You know.
Yeah.
You can't always return Palpatine, even though technically he did also return in that book trilogy.
Now I might be tripping, but my only knowledge of the books is I think my parents bought 2 of them. I think one was Shadows of the Empire, and then they gave me something else. I don't know if you read all of them, but I read like a little bit of it, and apparently one of his pilot friends grabbed the lightsaber by the bladed part for some reason. Was that in the book, or am I just going nuts? And he lost his hand.
Dude, there's I don't know what book that is. It sounds familiar. There's probably 300 Star Wars novels. You know,
okay,
like,
then there you go.
No, it's like Star Trek, man. It's like there's so many novels, it's crazy. Even the new canon, there's probably over 100 by now in the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's bonkers. Don't grab the lightsaber by the blade.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Equan, I'm curious what you think about this. Probably not a get for you with your amazing statue you have now.
Doesn't really look like my statue. Also, if you're gonna do promo pics of this, can you like make it look a little better. Like
Oh,
it doesn't
why?
even
It's
look
so
like
light
the
it?
actual. It doesn't look like the cover. You can't even get that pose right.
No.
And it's just in all black. At least it has the cloth cape this time. Previously, it didn't have a cloth cape, but there's no way in hell I'm getting this.
So this is the Batman Returns Batman The Dark Knight Returns. Apologies. The gold label for $29.99. The cover recreations line. He's all like blacked out, which is kind of interesting, but I don't like it. Yeah, like you said, there's the pose ability is not there. You can see the pose they're going for. At least it comes with like a metal stand and a metal
Metal.
rod to hold them up, and cool little base, but it's reflective even. But I don't know.
I like
I
everything
don't
but
like
the figure.
Yeah.
I mean, mainly the coloring of it. I get what they're trying to do. They just can't really pull off that pose. But the stand is really nice. That little flight pole stand.
Yeah,
The whole
I like
base that looks premium in McFarlane standards. But yeah,
go back to the one side.
I'm passing on that.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
you know what?
big, like comic cover cool. It's kind of cool.
I think the problem is that like there's just no contrast, right? Like that's a dark background, dark figure. Like they should have like I know they have to put the comic cover back there, but like why does it look so washed out in this image?
Well, the
You know
comic
what I
cover
mean?
is nowhere close to that. I mean,
Yeah, but like why does it look
it's a
so
lot
grayed
brighter.
out?
The lightning bolt's brighter and all that. They made him look really, really dark.
Isn't there an argument of which way he's facing to?
Wow.
Like
That's right.
whether you're seeing
Because he's a
his,
hero.
in the silhouette, whether you're seeing his back or his chest. There's a whole argument about that.
You could make that argument. It wouldn't look wrong either way. But yeah, you're right.
Which is interesting. I thought that was an interesting comments I saw about it. But yeah, it's interesting. I like they're trying something different, and it's not like, man, every time McFarlane doesn't price something at $200 now, I'm like, good job. But yeah, continue.
Is this a McFarlane store? Sorry, is this a McFarlane store exclusive?
I don't think so. I'll double check
I
here,
see
but
what you're
it's
saying
gold
now.
label McFarlane, so I can double check.
Okay, I mean,
So-
gold label usually means exclusive somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll check for you.
So I'm looking at the comic cover and I could see that it looks like
He could be
look-
facing either way.
the other arm could be
Yeah,
the other arm, the arm
Well-
that's going straight could be misconstrued for being the opposite.
Oh, it's an Amazon exclusive. Sorry, it is.
Yeah.
Thank you. For
That's
that.
why Todd makes the big bucks. He knew he shouldn't have tried to market this where all you see is the cape and he's facing towards the background. You know,
And this
I
is
mean-
March next year. Sorry.
Well, and the cape
mean-
doesn't even look accurate because the cape looks like he's got like butterfly wings or
It's like split almost.
moth wings
Yeah.
or something like that.
this is one of those figures where it's like for McFarlane. I mean, the thing is, you had a question. Oh my god, I forgot the saying. You know, in Jurassic Park, where Ian Malcolm's like,
yeah, they got so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't think about whether or not they should.
exactly.
Yeah,
Dang it!
that's
Todd's
interesting.
just
Playing
going
God.
for it now.
All right.
I will say though, fellow Canadian,
This is
he's
so
doing
random.
he's doing some other he's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Like I'll as much as McFarlane with the stuff recent with their pricing, generally I love what they do in regards to like they do stuff like this all
Dude.
the time. This is Batman versus Kong Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong 2-pack for $69.99 February next year. Includes a 7-inch Batman figure, a 3-inch Batman minifigure, and a 12-inch Kong. So you actually get 3. I don't know why it says 2-pack, but the fact you get this little mini 3-inch Batman for the Kong, if you want. So if you go to the
You can-
next, I think it's in the next one. Yeah, you can see how big it is if you see there on the right.
That's actually really cool.
Do you have that
Right for the
photo?
Kong.
Do you have that photo where the little Batman fits in Kong's hand?
No, I didn't
But
see that.
apparently, the little Batman
man,
fits in
I would
his
have
left
added
hand.
that.
You can
It's
slide it
Fay
in
Ray.
as if he's squeezing Batman.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
He's gonna take Batman back to a cave and fall in love with him and stare at him.
Oh
That's
god.
just like in the movie.
Yeah, this is this is too
Yeah,
funny.
that's the next one.
Oh man.
That's it for McFarlane. So HasLab, check out. Apparently, they're shipping out. People are actually getting shipping notices. I don't think I've gotten one yet. I'll double check, but I think Rainer was getting one, so you're gonna start seeing them. So
Yeah, mine didn't ship either.
yeah, but if you hadn't checked your address, if it's for some reason still wrong, you better call them. But I would say at this point you probably checked, but yeah, it's gonna be coming. So good luck to everyone out there. Yeah, go for it, Sean.
All right, so we got some.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
And the HasLab, the Ecto funded. I don't think we talked about that since, but it funded. So
It did fund.
all right, go ahead.
So we got some Mattel WWE Elite figures coming up. There's several things that were dropped. I didn't have time to put everything up. The next wave is even more crazy. Get like Jade Cargill in there and stuff. So excited about that. But we are talking about Elite Series Wave 115. So first one you're going to get is Tyler Bates. Most of these are from Ringside Collectibles. So it's $27.99, a little bit more expensive than what you would normally get due out late January. I'm sure you could go to your Walmart, your Target, other stores that might have your Elites and get them for anywhere between 20 and 25 bucks. But you got Tyler Bates here, the good old boy. He or the good big boy or something like that, he says. And he's a pass for me. I think he's cool that he's out. He's one of the newer main roster smaller stars. He worked his way up from NXT. He's got his jacket and a couple of hands first in the line here for him, even though it doesn't well, they might have done an NXT, but first in this line. He's a pass on me, but the one I am getting here is this R-Truth. He will be $27, also $27.99, $28. And it's the R-Truth from the Judgment Day with Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, Dirty Dom, and he crosses out JD McDonough and puts in his name right there with tape. And this is one of the more fun storylines with R-Truth when he came out. He's just kind of a silly guy and does his thing, but I'm excited to pick this guy up. And if you're following him now, he's kind of getting himself into a little bit more trouble, but big John Cena fan he is, and really excited to get this figure. And he has the microphone because he does a lot of his own music and rapping and things like that with a couple extra hands. All you really need for him. And there he is in the box.
Speaking of hands, go back. Look at that left and look at that other turn. Like they're goofy as hell.
They're all like that.
Yeah, I
their
know.
hands
The
are
proportions on a lot of
oversized,
these.
all of them.
Yeah, the proportions on a lot of these, I feel like could do with some work. But
Yeah, dude, they pump out a wave like every month.
that's
Like
the
they're-
thing. Yeah,
It feels like it.
but the
they go
the
insane.
joints don't look good here. Like the legs. Like look at the separation in the knees. Like what are
he
don't
is extra
understand.
shiny. He is.
Yeah, and I was gonna say he is shiny as hell too. Yeah, but the gaps in the knees are killing me. Like
Yep.
I
compared
mean,
to like a Marvel
yeah.
Legends or a Black Series. But
But what's interesting is they all have like soft goods, which is like insane. How Marvel figures still don't have soft goods on their Marvel Legends.
I love this. That's what I was gonna say. The things I do love, like that little detail with the tape, like that's fun stuff. Those little, and I've always liked they do that sort of stuff. Sorry, I'm rambling a bit on this.
You're good. You're good. So the next one I'm really excited for is Kairi Sane.
Cool.
She is $28. And I don't know why they made that differentiation in price, but
Get a big umbrella.
I like where they're going with her. She has a different color hair. She was real big when she came back to the WWE last year when they kind of surprised with Io Sky. She surprised her. But the big thing about this that I don't like is the story on her is she's a professional sailor. She did like sailing races and things like that. turned WWE superstar. So what she does do on her entrance is she has this really long like gown cape, and she has like sometimes she has like an eye patch on her, and she takes this whole like pirate persona. Sometimes she has a pirate hat to give the nod to her sailing, and she needs that. I think the umbrella is a good accent,
I mean,
but she needs
A lot of paint apps though, compared to that
Yeah.
last one you were looking at. Like, there's a
Yeah.
lot more going on paint wise, and they probably just have to balance the costs in the wave, man. You know what I mean?
Well, and this is the first time they put her back into the wave since she's come back. So I'm expecting an Ultimates down the line with her costume.
they already did one for
For Asuka.
Asuka. Yeah.
Yep. I've been seeing her around. I went to some of this. We went out of town the first weekend of Thanksgiving and the second weekend as well, and I saw her a couple times at Walmart's. The next one we have is CM Punk, and he looks really good. He's not the CM Punk that I want. I want the one where he returned back from when he came into War Games last year. We just came off of War Games about a week ago. But if you need a CM Punk, he looks good. The Mattel creation one was really good as well. And there he is in the box. And then the chase is this Drew McIntyre from WrestleMania 39. So he comes in the black kilt with the hands and the sword. And then he also has a white kilt variant. And if you're following him, you know what he's done so far. And I think either way, you're good with just the black kilt with the silver trunks and the knee pads and stuff like that. He's kind of gotten rid of the sword as of late. But kind of disappointing, he doesn't have any fists. He's got some open hands, and then some just like some, I guess you would just call like resting hands.
Yeah.
Got some
But,
freaking stems on him. Look at those legs. Jeez.
Yeah.
I
Well,
just
you gotta-
can't help see these proportions. It's so funny.
When he's holding the sword with the kilt on, it looks pretty good. He looks like a Highlander figure
Yeah,
or something.
Definitely.
This is like entrance gear.
Yep.
Look at those stalks. Tree trunks. Yeah. Are you getting this one, Sean?
I think
Or are
I'm
you getting the
getting-
white variant too?
Yeah.
I might go for both. I might go for
Oh.
both. I'm not getting Tyler Bates.
Sean
I
loves
will
legs.
get Kyrie Sane. I will get R-Truth. I will probably pass on Punk because I'm waiting for the one that I actually want, which is out or coming out. I bought it. I didn't pre-order it, so I'm late. But the other one is the Final Boss Rock. It doesn't label it as the Final Boss Rock, but it is the Final Boss
that's
Rock.
cool.
But it is. Yeah.
The sunglasses are a little bit odd on him. He's acknowledging Roman Reigns because he is family, not because he's the tribal chief, but he is family. And he comes with the really fancy Versace, I think it was, vest with the
Sculpt is
microphone,
not good.
the necklace. The sculpt is not good. The render was even worse.
Bro, what are they
When
doing?
Yeah, it was.
I've had
a few
better
months ago.
rock sculpts from the 90s when I was buying WWE figures.
I was
This
gonna
is
say,
bad.
I'm pretty sure this is they reused the Scorpion King body. Man. That's what it
Holy
is.
God. And yeah,
Yeah.
the body, like,
Look
what is
at that gap. You can see the white background through his body.
Not only the gap, but I've never seen The Rock that unchiseled in my life. Like, he's
Well,
like smooth,
I mean, I didn't
and
see
he
that
has no
event,
nipples.
but how old's The Rock now? Like 55. Like, you know,
Yeah.
he probably looked way crazier like 10 years ago.
Here's
Well,
the thing.
The
Speaking of
crazy
shiny,
thing
he's basted.
is one of the announcements that they made at one of the cons is that this is just labeled as The Rock. There is another Rock coming out as the final boss in an Ultimates. So you're going to
It
expect
looks-
that to be $30-$40.
And there's no chest gap like that.
There's
It
no
looks-
chest gap.
Yeah.
This looks like it could be one of their main event figures.
Yeah. I would say it should be one of those basic cheap figures. Yeah, for sure.
And you buy it because of the vest. I think the vest is the best part of it.
Yeah. Well, don't get this. Get the ultimate. It comes with the People's Champ belt too, so you
It
don't want
does.
this one.
You're right. It absolutely does come with the belt.
That's why you tune in. That good advice. Don't buy this version of the final boss rock. Wait for that better one.
And then there he is in the box. Again, I think we were saying, severely out of proportion. The glasses just kind of like, the glasses are very Seth Rollins to me. Equan, if you know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Makes his
see,
head look
they-
small. How
Yeah.
big the glasses are.
I agree with Danny. Bad fish with the shine. Yeah, lube me
Bad
up.
fish with the sunshine. All right, guys, we're at an hour and 34 minutes, and we're right into hot or not. We
The
kinda
fat-
went on.
You're not alone. I think,
Dude.
There's a lot of people who agree with you at this point.
Dude, it's getting so much worse. There was leaked set photos of him in the live action Moana. Oh my god. That's gonna be the dumbest one yet. That's gonna be amazing.
Don't get me wrong. I just feel. I don't think that it's not going to be stupid because all the live action ones have been bad. But the
red
what's it called? I feel like a lot of those set photos never do the actual film.
No.
How it looks on film, obviously, justice because
Although-
they change so much.
If
But
they
yeah.
if they attach that that massive long hair to the rock, that's gonna look pretty funny. That's gonna
See,
be
I
good.
haven't seen that, so I'm going to Google that right now.
It's a really far away shot, but yeah, you can tell what's up.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Yeah, definitely. And you know, Zach was disappointed. They're going to live action. What was the next one? Tangled.
They are.
Really?
Yeah, Tangled is coming up. So sorry to bite on their news there. They're going to be talking about it, but basically, I told them they're just going to do all of them. Right at this point, they're just slowly taking because it's a story they don't have to do again. It's like it's a free story. They can make minor changes to it. It costs them less money, right? So why they're always going to do that, in my opinion. There's a close up of him. I think if this is real.
AI.
If
Don't
it looks
worry about
ridiculous, it probably is real.
Yeah, he's got sunglasses on. It looks
Yep,
like a
that's
wig.
it.
He's wearing a
Yeah.
wig.
Does he have the
That
belt
is-
with him too?
No. But this one, yeah, that one does not look good. But
Danny,
either way,
you actually like Cena as a actor better than a wrestler. Really?
Danny likes Cena better as an actor. I could see that. The Rock is not necessarily a bad actor. He's just in too much stuff.
in
And
everything.
he
He's
makes
taken
so
over
much.
Hollywood.
It's like there's bound to be more crap in there, and it's like now I don't think he cares. He doesn't necessarily. He doesn't even read. He's got to be reading these scripts or
Are
something.
you saying The Rock has lost his
He's doing all of
artistic
them.
integrity? What are you
Yeah.
trying to
I
say?
mean,
Ever since the Scorpion King is high art, you know.
ever since The Rock started acting, there's been more bottles with pee in them because he doesn't use the bathroom anymore. Traditionally, he just pees
my
in
God,
water
yeah.
bottles.
And apparently he cost the one movie $50 million extra in like production costs because he was late so often,
Yeah.
which is insanity. $50 million. We were talking about money being wasted in the Patreon.
Dude,
chat today.
that's because you have 200
Jesus.
dudes who are
It was
highly
that,
paid sitting
Yeah,
around.
exactly.
It
They're
was
all
that
just waiting.
Rampage movie with the animals. Like
I thought
that
it was a
White
different
Kong
Really?
thing. Yeah.
Wow,
That
I forgot
movie.
that existed. Crazy.
Incredible.
All right, guys, we're rounding out the show. We got some hot or not. Tangerine here. I'm going hot. I think it's a cool take on something that they've not done. I'm interested to see where they go further with this. If they're going to make like a street level a group with Gomez and stuff like that as the lead, and anything else they come out with it. I like the accessories. I liked the bubblegum and just the head sculpt and all that kind of stuff. I think this is a great figure. It's waitlisted, and I would consider it if I am able to get my hands on it for 115, I believe. What do y'all think?
I'm going hot too. I like everything about it. A little bit of Kill Bill vibes too,
Yep.
with the katana and everything. The jacket they can keep the jacket. I think it totally ruins it. But other than that, I think it's great.
Hopefully the Jacko, I was thinking hopefully it comes out better maybe than what we're seeing. Maybe they'll get some feedback on it. But yeah, I'd go hot as well. It's unique. It's different. As much as I don't like the colorway on some of the guns, a lot of them are still very cool, and it's definitely feeding the style. So it's unique too. So definitely hot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hot. I'm a big fan of the material they use for the clothing because you can like do the splits in that one,
Mm-hmm.
and it still looks good, and you don't have to worry about the material
Great point,
breaking or
yeah.
ripping or anything like that.
That was a great advertisement. I didn't even think of that.
The next one's the R-Truth. I'm going hot just because he's one of my favorite characters right now in WWE. Not the best figure in general, but just to have an R-Truth with the Judgment Day and how much hell he gave them in the best possible way, I would be very much happy to add him to my classic Judgment Day a group that I'm slowly building.
All right. I like Badfish always says, it's great how they give you an accessory that references like literally 5 minutes of TV time, but they're gonna have an accessory for it forever now. That part's cool, but that's not unique to this figure. And I think the joints on some of these guys look like Bionicles, and I'm not about it, so I'm going not, man.
Oh, that's a good comment. Oh my god,
Oh, that's
Bionic. That's
funny.
funny as hell, bro.
God.
And it's pretty damn accurate. I would say I agree with Chris. This shirt is not pushing it enough to be hot. He's too shiny. There's cool tattoos as well, and we saw earlier.
He was probably shiny on the show.
Maybe, but the sculpt doesn't look good. I don't
I'm
even know what he
telling you,
looks like. The sculpt isn't good.
The moment he put the tape over the JD name and put his name over it, those shirts sold out. The whole promo on this
That's
was
funny
that
as hell.
they didn't want him in Judgment Day, and he just kind of inserted himself.
Yep.
And he made all of these shirts with the Finn, Damian, Rhea, Dirty Dom, and R-Truth sticker on it. And he goes, "Hey man, I was selling these out in the street before the show, and I made all this money." And they're like, "Truth, what are you doing?" Blah 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 blah. He goes, "Oh, don't worry, man. Here's your cut." And he hands him like a wad of money like this, and they're like, "My cut," right? And then like Finn is like, "Well, where's my cut?" He goes, "Here you go, man." Right? And then JD's like, "Well, where's mine?" He goes, "Man, you're not even in Judgment Day. What are you talking about?" It was
Great.
it was a great time in wrestling.
Yeah, I'll go not just kind of the same reasons as Chris. As we talked before, the gaps and look at these shoulders, the biceps going in like it's like someone cut out the chest torso to fit those things in there.
Yeah,
Carved it out. Sorry.
They usually put in like another piece of plastic to like what McFarlane does to make it transition better to his shoulders, but they didn't do it for this one. But yeah, it's not. But I am getting this though because I have the rest of the team. So
Gotcha by the balls. That's why they're putting these out once a week. They look like they got these joints.
Equan, are you going to get the Rhea Ripley Raw ring?
So I've been just having eBay safe search for someone to just sell it individually. But worst
There you
case,
go.
I might have to, and then I might just sell the ring by itself.
Well, because she's the first, isn't she? She's the first release with the new women's belt.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to give it to Liv, but
yeah, but like I need that Rhea Ripley, which is it keeps me up at night sometimes thinking about what I need to do for sure.
all right. The next thing we have is the No Way Home Lizard. I'm going hot. Like I don't if I see this in store, I would consider getting it just to have it. It'll probably go away very quickly after that, and the fact that Ross Perschetti had some work on this too. I like to support him. We supported him or we had the interview with him, I should say, on the show a while back, and that Arctic Dragon has been delayed even further. So I'm still waiting on getting that to talk about it more and hopefully have him back on again. But not as late as a lot of the Marvel stuff is, but still decently far out from the movie release, and that's just one thing I hate. I know it's not a Hasbro thing. I know it's not a sculptor thing or whatever, but it's like the studio letting them have the most accurate information that they could possibly have and stuff. But I'm I'm going hot on it. I think people are gonna really enjoy this.
All right. So part of this body is from when the movie came out. Was that like 2009 or 10? Hasbro Star Wars can't even find molds that old. They lose them. They can't even figure out where they're at. So they can't remake that stuff. I'm about to say something real ignorant, but here's the reality of my cultural awareness. I remember being annoyed that Spider-Man 4 got canceled and pissed off that this movie didn't have Tobey Maguire, Amazing Spider-Man that is, and I've still not seen it to this day because of that. So I don't know if he's in that one or the second one, but this design doesn't do it for me. And if they're using parts that are like legit 10 years old, that's crazy. So not.
I'll go not just because I really don't like the torso character design. I guess it's a little not fair on the figure, but I would say just not liking that. The pluses I will give it. I do like some of the paintwork and stuff like that, and the torso is just so distracting. Maybe when you're posing it, it's a bit better, but even in the pose, I was pointing it out. So
Find a lab coat.
not sorry.
Yeah, give it a lab coat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's automatically a knock since it's an MCU figure. So I don't do that. Marvel Legends.
There you go.
Is it an MCU? I guess it is technically.
Yeah, it is.
It's sort of not though, because it
The
started out
Sony-
outside of the MCU.
Yeah, yes and no. Yeah,
Universe of Marvel characters.
yeah, it's a Sony SMU whatever the
SUMC.
heck that-
Agreement.
Yeah.
Maybe an agreement.
Either way.
So on this one, it was for the Nemesis. I think the Build-A-Figure is pretty cool. I like what they're doing with it. I like how you take the helmet off, things like that. I'm just not going to invest money into the wave to get this Build-A-Figure. It's a big not for me. I feel like we get Wolverine all the time. Cyclops a little bit more than recent. It's been a minute, I think, since we've gotten a Beast. And then the other ones, they're cool, but they're too human for me, if you will. Not superhero-y enough.
One's a Terminator.
Yeah, still. Definitely a not for me.
Okay, they have a history of re-releasing Build-A-Figures by themselves, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
as a deluxe. Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, but still, you don't have to buy a wave that you don't really want. But
I
would
see them doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if it usually has a paint variation or something. I think sometimes yes, sometimes no. But I like this. This is really cool. I think the skull looks a little bit too clean. I think it looks better with the helmet on, if you ask me, unless they would give that a wash or something. But I think this is really cool design, and it looks polished for a Build-A-Figure. So I'm going hot.
So more often than not, they are variants on them to paint. But yeah, I would say if you don't want the whole wave, it's not worth grabbing, because you probably will see it it might be a few years down the line. But I would say it's still hot. The like we were discussing, just the way the joints fit together look nice for a Build-A-Figure, and it's a pretty cool looking character and it's imposing. So it's cool they're doing it. So this one's hot.
I've been a victim of buying things and then they become cheaper, and now I know I'm going to pick up the Nightcrawler and the Cyclops, and I'm going to wait for the rest to go on sale or clearance
Wow.
just to get the whole wave.
So you can call which ones are going to be the hard to find now and the
Yeah,
clearance ones.
Now I'm like,
Oh, definitely.
yeah, basically the popular ones don't go on clearance, and then the ones like the Fabian Cortez that's going to clearly go on clearance. AOA figures always go on clearance, so Gamma's going to go on clearance. No one knows who Marrow is unless you play Marvel vs. Capcom. And then the face ripping Gen X lady is going to be the first one to go on sale.
That makes sense.
So,
and I'm not even a fan of this stuff, and I could tell you that probably.
So that's my game plan, and I think it'll help everyone else out if you want to save money and want to get the whole wave. Do that.
Yeah. And like y'all said, maybe 2 years from now or so, maybe even 3, you might get this Nemesis in a deluxe. And I think the biggest example of the deluxe re-release of a Build-A-Figure would be the Monster Venom, right? I think because everyone was expecting the Venom to be Eddie Brock, and it ended up being Matt Gargan, and everyone's like, "Here's the details," and like this and that. And everyone's like, "No, it's Eddie Brock," and they're like, "No, it's not," right? And then, probably about 2 years later, that's when they first released their deluxe edition figure, and it was the Monster Venom Eddie Brock.
Okay, so you'll get it.
Logo.
You'll get it, but it'll have J. Jonah Jameson's head in there instead of a skull, and you're just gonna. It is what it is.
Yeah, they did that with Space Venom too. He was a Build-A-Figure, and he became a 2-pack.
But
later
see,
on.
that one was actually a really well-selling Build-A-Figure, though. You know, not that the Venom wasn't, but I remember when working at the comic shop, we would get a Space Venom in, and it'd be gone, instantly. And that was going for like $120, $130 at the time, I think. And then they came out with the
I
2-pack.
see them. Yeah.
They came out with the 2-pack, and everyone really didn't want the other figure. They wanted the Space Venom. I can't remember what her name was, but the story on that is that when Flash Thompson left Earth, a piece of Venom got stuck on Earth, right? So he was doing the whole Space Knights thing, and he was doing the whole Guardians thing, and something was wrong with it. And they go to the Venom homeworld, and they bathe in some bath of Venom, basically. And it tells them, hey, you're missing a piece of Venom. That's why it's not that. Turns out Noel is the guy telling him this, right? And he became a whole problem, at least in the comics, not really in the figures. And he goes back home finding out his daughter was succumbed to the other piece of Venom.
Yeah. Dude, I was looking at that wave. Yeah, it was all bangers. Like Hobgoblin, Miles, Silk, Electro. They even had Spider Bitch in there. So like they got everything.
Yeah, see that's like where you were talking about figures that I'd be even willing to get some of these later loose. Like some of these you could just get loose at like a toy, like a hobby, like a swap meet or something like that, or online at Mercari or something like that. Because some of these characters I wouldn't care about as much, like, or ones that I miss, like I was talking about the lizard earlier. I might try and find that loose somewhere cheap, just maybe down the line once I clear out some of these shelves, or some of these more of these boxes. But right now I'm not going to buy a carded Spider-Man figure that I'm not even sure I'm going to open and take up more space. So that's just another way to consider it as well. You might just get these loose. Yeah, and then if you want to fill out, there's certain ones you don't care about as much. Grab the Nightcrawler or whatever, or the Cyclops with the new effect piece, and then grab some other ones like on like I said, eBay or something loose, and you might get a really good deal on it and sell all the accessories and stuff if you're going to open it anyways. So that's the way I've been thinking about that sort of things recently. So
all right, Sith Jesus.
Yeah, I'm going hot. Anytime they reference Legends continuity, the superior of the two Star Wars continuities, I'm in for it. I'll probably get this just because it has Joris, Saboth, and Thrawn. I don't need the Ahsoka or Mandalorian Season 3 Paleon, but the other two are pretty good. That's just in the Imperial Officer body we've had 50 times over with a new head. And actually, that's what Thrawn is too, if you look closely. But Thrawn's cooler and has the Salamiri thing, so I'm going hot.
I'd say hot just because it's a kind of an interesting 3-pack. You don't see a lot of this sort of stuff as well from Disney anymore when it comes to referencing these sorts of properties or IP, like this portion of Star Wars, like he was saying. So I love the card art and the Thrawn. I don't think I said the shoulder dressing on Thrawn I like as well. Thrawn's probably my favorite part of it, along with the card art. But yeah, just rambling as once again. Sorry, that one's hot. So
Mhm. Well, I mean, I'm not getting it, but space Jesus with sandals is hot.
Yes, that's funny. Even if he's
Yeah.
a clone.
You know, when you
And
clone a Jedi just to mess with Luke, he's really a double agent. You know, it's quality content. He looks like Gandalf, and he's fighting with sandals on. Like, what more do you want? It's great.
I would go hot on Space Jesus. I was already kind of thinking of ways like how could I repurpose him and just do some fun stuff with him. But as a set, I'd probably go
Awesome.
lukewarm. I don't want to like shit on it or anything because I don't have enough information on it and not a wave that's currently in my collection that's not the ships from Micro
Yeah.
Galaxy and stuff like that. But
Wow.
I'm really enjoying that Space Jesus.
Yeah.
The next is the Kong and Batman. I think the Kong looks amazing. I think you buy this for the Kong. What was it? 69, I think. 69.
Yep.
Yeah, 69.99, $70
That's right.
due out in February. And I think it's really cool that you get baby Batman there to go fit in his hands, and you get the other
So
Batman,
funny.
and you get the extra head sculpt, I should say. This Kong could fit in well with almost anything, and I'm going hot on this one, but well, barely hot, I should say. Maybe even lukewarm. I don't want to spend $69 for this, so.
Yeah, I think this might be this is supposed to be like the movie Kong, right?
Yeah, MonsterVerse.
Like
Yeah,
the current one.
yeah.
Yeah, I think this looks better than like any other figure of that movie Kong that I've seen, which is interesting and with this pairing. But I'm going hot just because like I think the sculpt's great, but I think the idea of the scale is really hard to convey with a figure like this, and giving you the small Batman was a cool way to like try and do that, and you can pose it in a couple interesting ways. So I'm
Definitely a
going
nice
hot.
touch.
Yep.
I would say hot. It's just sometimes they do stuff like that. Just stuff like this that's just hilarious and kind of just catches me in the way that I think is funny or awesome. But yeah, especially the little Batman, the fact he fits in the hand. That's just that's something companies don't really need to do, and that someone in the McFarlane Toys was like, let's add this to it. But yeah, I guess it's a monster. I didn't think we maybe mentioned this, but yeah, it's that MonsterVerse crossover. So, but yeah, hot.
If baby Batman was not in there, what else would need to be in there? Like a grappling hook or something? I'd figure that would be something he might use for.
Or different hands for Kong.
Yeah, or any accessories for Batman, really, and also a cloth cape like all the other figures have.
Maybe a train car for Kong that fits in his hand. You know.
That.
Mhm. Or like the what he has is like the tree branch he uses in the Kong
Axe.
movies, or the axe. Yeah. But yeah, this is, I guess, a hot. I just want to see the next iteration is Batman versus Jesus or something.
100%.
Well, he fought the Predator a long time ago too. That'd be a good
Yeah.
one. But that's Marvel now, / Disney. You won't
Yeah.
see that crossover for a while, I don't think.
There's like a 2-pack you won't see anymore that did that.
All right, so you got the Leia
This should be the
and
last
Luke
one, I think,
2-pack.
for hot.
I'm just going not. I think the Luke head sculpt looks kind of chunky in the cheeks and the jawline, and it sets really low on the suit. And it comes with the helmet too. Like I'd rather have the helmeted version, and it's just not doing enough. And then, y'all said that the Leia was severely reprinted.
Oh yeah, it's old.
Yeah, you get it for like $13 on Amazon or something.
It's got a new head, but I
Yeah,
think
new
that
sculpt,
body
but yeah.
is like Wave 1 Black Series.
I don't think they've changed it. Yeah.
I noticed the knees used to have visible pins and they don't anymore, but other than that, it's like it's old.
That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, I am obligated to say hot because it's referencing pre-Disney canon, but just barely. And I if you already have if I already had the Leia, I probably wouldn't pick this up, but I don't. So it's cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of like with Chris. I'm gonna say not though. Just it's just not enough to put it on the side of hot because the old figure, the Luke is kind of okay looking, and when I think Shadows of the Empire, I don't necessarily think of this. Um, yeah, like I think of other things. So
Listen,
uh,
the one exciting thing though is like there's a hope that they'll make Buzzcut Bounty Hunter Chewbacca because that's all of them except him.
dude, that'd be
That's
interesting because I had that. I still have that figure. Actually, I might be.
there's
I'm
only
gonna see if
five.
I can find it. Let me look.
Okay, there's
I
only
might have
five
it under my
figures.
feet right now.
Like in the original Shadows of the Empire wave, there's only five, and with this, they're all in Black Series, other than Bounty Hunter disguised Chewbacca, which is by far the funniest looking one.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter Chewie I had from when I was a kid. Let me see if I got it in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, it's not. I have no idea, but I never read it. I don't know how to read, so. No,
Well, it's a video. There's an N64 game too. You can play that.
Yeah. Oh, I played that one. Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't
no.
have it here.
Okay, well, they could do that with a head and some bandoliers. So I hope they do it.
But yeah, I know it. I know I have it. It's just not in this box. But I know I have that Bounty Hunter buzz cut. Yeah, Chewie. That's hilarious. Came with like an axe and shit that you stuck on
Yeah.
his back.
Yeah, Google it out there if you've never seen it. It's
Yeah.
simply defies credulity.
That's
Anyways,
awesome.
Equan doesn't like it. We're-
Sorry. Yeah, I was excited about that Bounty Hunter Chewie. Yeah, you got voted out off the island on that one, Chris. Sorry. Speaking of voting, make sure you get your votes in by Monday.
Man, that was pinned just perfectly.
Yeah, what a segue. Get them in there. I'll put it in the chat again. The link to it. Scan it on your
Your smartphone.
phones. Let me make sure I have the right link here. Here we are. It's in the chat again as well. So make sure.
Again, there are
Y'all get in there.
several categories where we're only one vote away from a figure winning and losing. So your vote does matter here at the CW Network, the Collecting Weekly Network. Please get them in. We will be live on the main show this coming Tuesday, 8:30 Central for the show.
This could determine companies' futures. They might
Jazz Inc. was
see-
campaigning.
Yeah, Jazz
I
Inc.
know.
is campaigning.
Good for them.
If they like Hot Toys, if they go home empty-handed again, who knows? Maybe they won't be able to handle it, and they just will have a terrible year next year because of it. I don't know. We'll see.
So
Tune in though as well for Tuesday to see who won. After you vote.
can I ask for your best under 35 and your best 112?
My vote was?
Yeah, what was your vote?
I'd have to look again, to be honest.
I don't think any of mine got chosen, so
Oh,
Yeah,
for
I try-
nominations? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, but
Yeah.
what I voted? I'd have to look. Yeah, I'd have to look. Again.
I definitely tried to nominate the Frazetta Girls Tigra, and nobody else did, so it didn't make the cut for
one and
112.
only.
I nominated the Ghost for non-traditional, so
There you
that
go.
got in. So I voted for that, and
Yeah, I guess that's technically released this year. It's like 2 or 3 people have it so far.
yeah, I figured it kind of counts. So it's early December they started technically shipping, or said they were going to at least. So yeah, so that was a fun show though, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We got all our Patreonies.
Yeah. Oh man, at one point when I was first on this show, I hated doing this, and then after being gone for a couple of weeks, I am actually really excited to do this, and hopefully only screw up a few names. We want to thank all of our Patreonies. We really appreciate you guys. You guys are the engine that keeps this great network growing and growing and growing, and that's not just saying that because over the last several months, we have jumped several tens of thousands from where we were. So we really appreciate you guys. Let's count them off here. Captain Fordo, Ian CB, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, Equan, Chris Valencerina, Ben Thomas, David Jones, Sam Gist, Straw Bretta, Thomas Clark, Eric Switzer, Six Gun Figs, Bad Fish, Joe Corpus, Luke Skywalker, Dan Lee, Deanie Martin, Big Fern, Cecil Motto Keen, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Bomonsky, Rick DiGregorio, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Alan Morgan, Takathri Wah, Benjamin B. Derek B. Derek B. Aries Portillo, Alvin J. Mario Delgado, Aries Delgado, Toy Cartel, Sith Scale Collector, Jared Gagne, Alberto Cortez, Big Rib, Trevor Weed, another Jared Garnier, Matt Clavenger, Don Maton, Stephen Purchase, Sean Usby, Scott Bradley, Steve and Maria Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Luis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Exodus, Abe Dunk TV, and Gigi the Judgmental. And your November, December Patreon benefits were the Mary Oxmas sticker or magnet, and then the Quacker Zacks sticker, which was a hilarious conversation the day after. What was it? After Dark, I think that came out.
Yeah, that sounds right. I still don't really understand it other than it's a sports ball mascot, and that photo is literally Zach in the costume. It's funny enough on those grounds. You should sign up to get your Quacker Zach stickers. Also, there's a little picture of Dean as the Quaker Oats guy in the bottom corner there,
Right there, a little
which,
Easter egg.
like, that's good stuff. Yeah.
And then we have our Patreon tiers here. We have the hot seat for $5. This will get you entrance into the great empire that is the Ox community with the digital the digital benefits, Ox After Dark, Patreon chat, and weekly shoutouts. We have the Sweet Angel tier at $7.50. This will get you the stickers sent straight to your door and Ox After Dark replays. Stickers are sent every other month. The Certified Crispy with the $15 Certified Crispy certificate on first pledge, assistance with figure fixes by Zach, and benefits of the previous tier. If you are international, the postage will be charged at cost for the certificate. Stickers are sent every other month. And the top tier, the What a Guide tier, this will get you the Pog Deluxe set. They are very, very limited as of maybe a couple months ago. If you haven't done so already, this will get you double stickers, benefits of the previous tier, and then the postage for international Patreonies will be $5 at cost for the Pogs. And then we have our YouTube members, Absolute Irwin, Alvin J, Andrew Gibo, Benjamin Henson, Big Ol' Fern, Bob Dylan, CC3PO, Chris V, CT603, DJ, Daminators, Doc Smizzle, Equan, Fat, Batman, Gar Bear, Good Old Spotchtica, Gotham Cinnabites, Justin Sports Cards, LV Avenger 702, Mark Pearson, Mike Litteris, Money Mendez OG Fan, OMFG Rick, 1/6 Figure Focus, Paul Schreiber, Philip the Full, S Beam, Sam Gist. Thank you for being on, Sam. You were great in the chat today. Scarn Lord, SpongeBob SquareBalls, thinking about you, man. And then Sunny Vel Russ, Ben Thomas Show, The Toy Mafia, and Exodus. And if you want to be part of the YouTube members, you could do so at 99 cents with the loyalty badges or the peanut gallery for $2.99. And then here's our shows. We got Collecting Weekly Live, the main flagship show. We got Small Talk on Thursdays, along with Just Today, OFAC, right? So if go check out that show. You got After Dark on Wednesdays. Movie night, Chris, what's going on with that?
Well, the last episode of Movie Night, you got Mike and Dean with me talking about Terminator 3, which Mike called the best of the worst Terminator movies. And, we answered the age-old question of, are you man enough for the lady Terminator? And it's listen, man. That Terminator 3 is just a moment. It's part of our heritage. It's a cultural moment. That's pre-Dark Timeline. It's worth checking out. So you should go back and watch that. Moving forward, I think what I'll probably do is OFAC's going to be monthly, so we'll probably alternate Thursdays with them, and movie night might be once a month at that point. But I think that might be the move, and I think our next pick is going to be something from Mike, but I'm not sure what it is yet.
Awesome. And then we have those Friday Night Faithfuls at Just Another Friday Night. Go check them out. Mind Flayer Web finished, right? Bad Fish. Is there anything else on the docket?
Yeah, it's been done for a bit there. So yeah, we're looking at what game we're going to be kind of doing next. I think there's an idea. We have to have a meeting about it still. But yeah, we're kind of just waiting for it's going to be in the new year for sure. So won't be this year. So.
What happened with the Helldivers? Is that still going on? Is the game kind of dead?
Yeah, I'm literally about to load into it because they just released a whole bunch of new crap for it.
Nice.
So the Game Awards were just going on, and Helldivers are loading back up to drop in. So because there's a bunch of new content they literally just dropped today, right after the Game Awards. So I'm gonna play it in about 2 minutes here.
So I have not got it yet. I really do want to play it, but is it very like Destiny like? Or even
It's
more
like
open?
it's you drop into missions, so you have certain mission types, and then you spend anywhere from a quick mission is like 10 minutes, and the long missions are 30 to 40. So there's when you go in, you'll do certain mission types in like a closed kind of map that's it's not small by any means, but you can run across it in probably maybe 8
It's more
minutes
like
or so.
The Division. Have you played that one?
Yeah, it's like
That's
a
what I
horde
never got to
shooter
play.
kind of in a way.
Right.
It's a co-op kind of horde shooter in certain ways, like you're fighting off bugs or bots, and now they just introduced a whole new enemy actually tonight. So,
Nice.
which we've been waiting for. They're called the Illuminate, but yeah, it's a co-op shooter. You're fighting hordes of enemies. That game, we'll play it every couple of weeks. We'll try to get together. We haven't played recently because we've been busy, but when you play, man, that it still hits so hard. The game, it actually won multiplayer game of the year.
Really? That's awesome. Tonight, right?
Or game with, yeah, but it was multiplayer game with friends or whatever. But yeah, it won tonight. But man, the adrenaline when you're playing and when you get with a good squad and you're all running like a well-oiled machine, just kicking ass, and they made everything kind of more powerful on the previous round of updates. They kind of had done a lot of nerfing and people were complaining, but now you just feel like, not that you're invincible, but you feel like you have a lot of power. And like, man, when you're all dropping a shit ton of ordnance in front of you, it's so fucking fun. And just shit's going off, everything's exploding, and you're watching each other's back. And there's more like roles they've introduced as well with all the. So if you've missed any of the content, you haven't missed anything. All of the like game passes, all of the like seasonal content that they've done, it's all still available. It's just you can either buy it or grind to get it. But if you've ever missed like you know how they do like Game Pass for Fortnite and then it's gone?
Yeah.
That's never happens with Helldivers. All the content, all the capes, all the weapons, anything that you wanted to get previously is still available to you
So you can
for the entire
grind.
life of the game.
You can grind and still get the DLC, if you will, or you can just straight out buy it all and just grind through the entire story.
Yeah, there is not really a story though. So the story is
Just
more that
multiplayer.
it's a live story. Like right now, a new alien force just came in. That's like, it's more of like a live service kind of story in a way, like Destiny. But
So if you started at the beginning, you have the full story, and if you're just jumping in, well, you're dealing with the most current threat.
yeah, and you can still catch up with that sort of stuff, and there's not too much necessary story. It's more the gameplay, co-op gameplay, but they're constantly introducing like every like other month. I want to say it's every other month they're releasing a new set of weapons, or like they just added vehicles. So we've been waiting for vehicles. So they've added mech suits since the release. They've like, and all that stuff. Again, you can unlock it over time. Some of it you can't buy. Some of it you have to just grind through. But all of the like battle pass stuff you could buy super credits. But I might give them. I haven't spent a cent since I bought the original game, but because I've been able to grind and play enough. But I might throw them a few bones to grab this most recent one. But
Nice.
yeah, I would highly suggest it if you want to play a fun co-op game, and we're still playing it every couple of weeks. So I can't wait to get back in there right now. So
All right, y'all. And to the community, if you have any figure photography, please send it our way. We'll feature it on our show at Small Talk CW on Instagram.
Yeah,
Hey,
put your
guys.
Homer figure in stupid things and take pictures of him. Yeah.
That's okay. That's the one for the next show, right? Take your best Homer picture. And guys, that's our show. It feels great to be back.
yeah, shut up.
The unfortunate part of my situation here is I was able to clean this entire room. Now I got things sitting on the couch and my table here that I need to figure out and organize and figure out where it's going. But good to be back. Good to hang out with you guys. Any shout out, Sam Gist, man, you were here the whole time. Thank you so
Oh, yeah.
much. Hanging out in the chat. Mark Pearson, Danny Lee coming in clutch on those X-Men figures. Thomas was here. Defet.
I wanted to say earlier, shout out to OFAC. I've watched some of the show, but then I had to run to do some work stuff. But I'll be watching the rest of it. Make sure you guys catch that
Same.
full replay. But yeah, glad to see them back. And
Absolutely.
they had lots of updates. I was missing some of it. There's lots of updates for the time they're away. So it'll be fun to watch all that if you haven't seen it.
Chris, Equan, anything?
I'm good, man. But once again, Equan, thanks for hanging out with us. I love the insights you bring to the conversation. So I appreciate it, man.
Yes, thank you, Econ.
Thanks for the invite. And yeah, hopefully, with our listener, the Fed, hopefully McFarlane doesn't make any more Batman figures. I don't know. We'll see. And then we'll
Likely.
yeah, and then we'll
Oh.
keep the red lights on.
Did we get Darwin Scythe's message? I missed that. Sorry. we get
I
this,
did
guys?
not.
Sorry, late to join, but watching from the start right now. I want to say hello. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you are still here, and thank you for tuning in.
Darwin, thank you for coming in, man. Thank you so much.
I meant to say as well, for Christmas at the start, I don't think we said we might be doing a Christmas Day episode, depending on timing, if we can get a pre-record in for the 26th. Equan, if you want to join in, we'll be probably talking about a year wraps, what our collecting resolutions might be, and maybe you can join us if we are able to get a pre-record in before the 26th. We will, but hopefully we can do that for you guys.
Sounds good.
All right,
So I
everyone.
meant to say that at the top. Yeah.
Thank you for making us part of your night, part of your day, whether that's on replay or catching the live show on Spotify. Catch us there. We hit plenty of milestones because of you. So please listen to us on Spotify if you are able to. And go check out Just Another Friday Nights on most Fridays. And then we will see you guys in a couple of weeks. Bye, guys.